Joke's on you. My butt's ready to be sucked.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Let's do this thing right here. Ready?
How about no?
And I don't have any pre-session notes. We all kind of have been doing great the last few sessions. I thoroughly enjoyed the last session, even though nobody else on the face of the earth will ever see it. The singing is just for us. The epic battle speech is just for us, and that's fine. So, let's do the recap real quick, and then we'll get into goals. After performing their respective songs for the patrons of the Sea Spray, Kaioken and Meiyo were met with celebration and cheer. Meeting with Zigzag, the pub owner, they learned that the hunters intended to defend themselves against the oncoming sweep from Guard Commander Porter by blending into the people of Dockside. Zigzag themselves had planned on catching a ship out of Karan before the fighting had begun. The party then went to First Knight Argaroth to convey coming events in search of wisdom. Argaroth agreed to help reduce the collateral with his 12 knights in training, bidding them to go get help from Glenn Boudreaux and Girdle Steelbelt. While visiting Glenn, Kaioken found himself on the receiving end of a Goliath monstrosity when he gave his true name. Unfortunately, the only option was to dispatch the hostile creature. And Meiyo had split off to get aid from Girdle, finding the Vengeance Paladin all too enthusiastic to recruit the Sons of the Axe and lend an additional sword in the fight. Before continuing forward, Kaioken and Meiyo and Keksi traveled to a familiar ruined tower from an era past where they encountered the original patron of the tower, a mind flayer wizard named Ku Orli. The Illithid was defeated, but not before taking the life of Kaioken with him. Finding 3 magical scrolls, Meiyo and Keksi each picked a scroll and read from it, believing that one of them was a spell to revive the fallen hero. Bringing Kaioken back, the party wasted no time heading back out to finally finish the preparations before Porter enacted his plan. So, let's talk goals. It's going to start with Kaioken.
My goals for short term: tell a tale of my death, what I saw on the other side. Drink a potion. Report back to Guard Commander Porter. And then shorts are the same. One of the shorts is find a magic weapon. Personal is find a way into the mage tower, find wondrous / magic item. Teach Keksi how to cook personal, to help the people of Karan by ridding them of the hunters / bone rags. Long, complete job. Learn more of Black Veil versus Arcane Eye. Find Yomi. I think that's it.
Oh yeah, keeping in mind that we didn't actually
Do experience on.
Yeah, do experience last week. So
Do goals.
So whatever,
We got some experience, but
I just kept all of my goals from like the last one. I don't think that.
no,
Yeah.
we'll roll those.
Or the
in.
one before then. Okay. Okay, I haven't. So I need to make new ones. I thought we couldn't. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily if you don't want to, but you'll probably be missing out. But what you can do is just set those ones aside and just remember that we have to, or that we'll account for those here. I think
we did experience, but we didn't do goals.
Ah, that's right. Okay, that's right.
We got experience.
but not
We
goals.
did level
My bad.
up, but we're not like the lower level people leveled
Right.
up. But we didn't do goals, so don't change the ones that you metally know would give you experience.
Correct. That is correct.
Because we didn't find a weapon, but we did find something wondrous. But that is a
Dick.
personal goal.
Perfect.
So we'll see.
I'm gonna scoot on over to Mayoniso. Signore.
I didn't have short-term goals from last session that I didn't complete. Help rescue some civilians and enter the lair or leave the city are my 2 new session goals. Short-term and long-term are still the same.
Say enter the lair or leave the city?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's more of a, in my eye, like that's going to be one path or the other. Which are we going down? Kind of fork in the road.
Right. That makes sense. All right, then we're gonna pass it up to Noigel. Nigel, what are your goals this session?
I mean, mine are just the same as they were. Be useful using a skill, attack the hunters, help group get their levels back.
Sweet. All right, and then I think that's gonna round it off to Keksi, Bepis, Bexy. I don't know. Biscuit.
Okay. New session goal is if we make it back to Porter. Hopefully we can make it there in time. And then the next one is to drink that one of the
System shocks.
System shock potions.
yes. And then I have my old session goals to add on. And then I was doing my short term. I want to defeat the hunters. Oh, another short term. Shit. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Oh boy. Well, if you want to, you can. You
No.
don't have to play if you don't want to. That's all.
No, I want to, because Bruno's out here. That means more expiration and more
There will likely be more expiration within this group.
experience. Ugh, see, I don't feel very good.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll keep that as quick as possible. I believe that means that we have caught up. We've done our goals, and we are red die. Yes.
Yes.
So we leave off. We pick up where we leave off.
Did
What?
Nigel do his goals?
Did you? He
Yes.
said his goals were the same.
Oh, okay.
Well. No. So
Remember, you guys have other items that are custom that we don't know exactly what they are.
precise.
Another short-term goal is to identify additional items. There we go.
Well.
Too bad the artificer with identify isn't here.
You can't win them all. You can certainly just try them if you want. That
Yeah,
also works.
open up the skin book. Start reading out loud.
Read the skin book. Shave me from my shelf. Open the skin box. Oh, that one should keep it. All right. So, while she is clickety clackety rolling to attackety. All right. We left off last right about 8:30, as you guys exited the little craggy area and decided to speed off. Now, I believe you guys were going to go to where? Were you going to go straight to Porter, or were you going to go straight to the Arcane Eye? I can't remember.
Which one's closer?
Let's
Porter.
find out. Let's
I
do
think it was
some
Porter
double
was
check
closer, but I
as
don't
we
remember.
find ourselves going to. There it is. Boom, the Nan Paral district. So, you're looking to go to the Flagon's Horde. Currently, where you're at, as you guys would be cresting over, you're up at the top right, and then this can go. If you're starting out at around the same little red circle on the right-hand side of the map, you're basically on the eastern side of the main road. You want to go basically in a straight line west and then north of the jailhouse to get to the Flagon's Horde, which is where I believe you guys said that you wanted to go to get a
That's
hold
where
of
he
Porter.
was rumored to be staying most of the
Gotcha.
time.
And then the Arcane Eye is obviously the big wizard's tower at the south. That looks like just some weird innocuous tower. So technically the Arcane Eye would be closer, but they're about the same distance away from you.
I follow the person who's going ahead of me.
So Kaioken's feeling a little shitty after
Mhm.
dying. And then the rest of
He
you guys,
looks
I
shitty
think
too, but it's not from a bunch of wounds. It's like his muscles look like they're like out of place. Like they're
Gross.
slumped off, and like his skin's way more pale and has just lost
true.
a bunch of exuberant life and
That
glow
makes sense.
from rocks.
I
Whatever.
believe that Meiyo was kind of taking charge at that point. Once you got up, he was
Yeah.
kind of like,
I was
All
going
right,
to say, if there's a moment of
samurai.
hesitation in Kaioken at all, then Miles just going to come on, keep walking, and straight forward to Porter. Like,
All right.
Anytime
we're going-
we go to like a stop, Keioken just starts to sit down somewhere.
I need.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
fine.
need to give me a sec here, man. My knees are clicking.
My knees are
So-
clicking.
You know where the Flagon's Horde is. It's actually going to be bip, bip, boop, beep up here,
Yeah.
as I have now drawn about what that looks like. Boom. That little red line, dot to arrow, you found yourself where you're supposed to go. So, it's going to take you guys right around a half hour to do that. Meiyo, roll me a D100. Here we go.
$13.
All right. So, you guys are passing by all sorts of stuff. It's 8:30 is kind of like prime time, right? It's like rush hour here. This is where you're getting the overlap of daytime shift getting off and nighttime shift getting on for a lot of places. There's a lot of people like now that it's not so gross. Well, actually, right now it's actually kind of windy, so it is actually kind of gross. But it's less gross than as far as like the winter the atmosphere goes.
I
But
bet daytime shift is getting up.
so you start going. It's not actually Meiyo that sees this, but it would actually be Keksi and Kaioken that are looking for this. As you guys see a sort of innocuous blue tent pitched, kind of wedged into an alleyway, just off of the main drag. As Miles kind of here we go, and he's like, and then we got to go over here, and he points over this direction. You guys kind of look and you see this sort of velvety blue.
Milo doesn't have time.
Oh,
Milo doesn't have time to look at people's pants to see if they're pitching tents or not.
God damn it.
Kaioken.
Yeah, I remember. Meiyo, have you ever been inside this tent before? There's a wise woman that tells the future. Would you like to go? I've already talked to her this week, but we could ask her about the outcome of something
All right,
that
10
we don't know
minutes.
about.
10 minutes. All right,
That's
stop
all it
spending
takes.
no more extra time.
That's all it takes.
Yep.
You guys
Through the
go
tent.
I will follow them.
throw the tent open. Inside, there she is. Yzma is sitting there.
What do you want? Welcome. I will tell you your fortunes. You two, you already have fate about you.
Yes.
Yes.
We wanted to bring our friend to you, though.
Well, boy, come here. Let's see your face.
How much is it?
She looks him over. Meiyo, roll me an insight check.
Boo, 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 boo. Roll those dice. 15.
You don't know what it is about this lady as she's looking you down. You've been sized up before. This is not that, right? As she's looking at you, you can almost see, you know how when someone's in really dim light, you can see that, or not someone, like dogs and cats, you can see that slight reflection in the back of their eyes.
Yeah.
You see something like that, but this tent is well lit. As she looks you over, you start to see there's an extra vision going on here as she looks you up and down. And she goes,
For you, 1 gold, if you would like to know your fate.
I'll pay it. And Keksi hands her the gold.
You're muted, Josh. That's why we didn't hear you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Edge.
I bow. Thank you. Would Keksi know from everything that she read if saying sister would be derogative since I'm not a part?
It would probably not. It wouldn't be derogatory, but it would probably be a little informal or impolite because
I
you're
wouldn't
not
say
a
it
part of
then.
a coven.
Yeah. No, that I wouldn't say then.
She looks Meiyo over and she goes, "Well,
I see. Interesting. You want the good news, or would you like the bad news first?
Either or, doesn't matter to me.
Okay, bad news is you will die. Sooner than you might think.
Meiyo
Sooner
pulls
than you would
right-
rather hope for. The good news is, before you die, you will find what you seek. The first inclination of what you look for is where? Is it in the dead forest to the north?
Is she like asking me?
She's looking right at you and talking directly to you.
I don't know where they are.
Really? Are you sure about that? Your searching has already told you that. What is it that stops you from following your path?
Protecting the city, like you, ma'am.
Like me?
Yes, you are a part of the city, no?
No, I am not. Oh, a skeptic, I see.
As you roll your eyes and look back.
Ma'am,
Well,
is this little tent of yours not in the confines of the city?
are you sure that's where you are right now, boy? The world of mystics is far greater than you might suspect. But I feel you already know that. Don't worry. Patience. All things will happen as they are supposed to. The Deadwood Forest. That is not where your research has taken you, in your mind's eye. Fine. Then instead, you will find your way there, one way or another. But if you are too hasty, you might trip, stumble, and fall. And I do not believe that these two behind you will be there when you need them the most. A cool temper keeps your mind's eye open and steady. Please, get the fuck out. Next time
Now you're
that
talking
you
some
speak,
sense.
next time you speak to your elders, put some respect on it.
I do. I'll toss her a copper and leave the tent.
Okay.
Keksi's gonna hold on. Keksi's gonna push over 4 more gold. Like, I'm so sorry.
He's had a rough morning and evening
It's okay.
and start of a night.
Look, I understand there are things afoot. That is okay.
Keep in mind, right now, Meiyo is practically limping and like every step losing blood at
Same.
this
Meiyo.
point.
Meiyo. As
Yeah.
you step out of the tent, you find yourself doing that thing where you think you're at the bottom, but you miss a step and you stumble.
Yeah.
So you come, you look back. Just as you look back, the tent itself is just slowly floating back down to the ground.
I told you, boy. Mystic.
I removed the 5 gold because I did 1 and then 4 at the end.
She looks to Keksi and she goes,
General, if I may be so bold, you have the tools of fate within your grasp.
Mm-hmm.
You have the lock and the key to alter fate as you see.
Why am I so blind then?
I don't know. But search through your wares. You will see what I mean. Now, get
I
out.
do have one more question. I don't know if this is in your realm, but we just acquired a book. I believe Keksi has it. So,
No,
oh,
I only have I only took
No, you do have the book on you. You have the necklace, the terracotta plant, and the book. I have the potion, the scroll, and the other potion
That
as
was
well as the
reversed.
shield.
That's
no,
reversed.
I took whatever. I have the book.
Okay.
And I
So-
just flash that shit.
We just recently acquired this from the old wizard in insert name here. Magical Dispository.
Was a kudu. I don't remember his name.
I don't either.
Yes, what of it?
What
We,
is
we
it?
don't know what it is. We don't want to set magic among the world that we aren't familiar with. We're not sure if it's dangerous and we should hide it or dispose of it.
Then
Or if it's
your
just a book.
Your best direction would be to find one who is familiar with this book. It is quite grotesque, yes.
Yeah,
If that
still-
is not of your repertoire, then
I think the
perhaps it is
hairs
best-
on it are still growing.
Perhaps it is best not in your care.
Okay.
We'll find a
That's
find
for
a
free.
place to. Thank you, Isma. And tonight there will be some commotion. I'm sure you're aware. I hope safety finds you.
Well, with the general of the Sunflower Army of the Summer Court by your side, I think I will fare quite well. Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you.
You guys pop out.
Okay, we've got to try and hobble limp, pep step.
So you guys double time it.
On crutches.
On crutches, yeah. You guys are all like doing your wheelchair, right? And you guys find yourself. This looks very similar to, you know, the palisade walls of the mainlanders like compound, right? Where it looks like it's a castle, like castle walls. A similarly double stacked building that looks like a castle, but think of like a stereotypical castle. It's got like towers between the four, like towers on there on 3 out of the 4 corners, and there's like these big cobblestone walls. There's the front door looks like they built a door frame into like a big arched gate, so it almost looks like what you would consider like a theme park castle, right? Something super stereotypical and cartoonish. And across the top is this big, brilliant it's like a cherry wood sign that's in a big arch, and it's inlaid with gold. It says Flagon's Hoard, and at the end of the D there is a flagon and then a dragon painted on the side of that, like, but the flagon itself is like a 3-dimensional. It looks like it's like a giant's flagon, right? And there is a rather surly looking rock man, not a Goliath, but it looks like a man who's literally made out of rock, like a pile of stones that is sort of standing in front of said door.
How tall is he?
This
Best
12
guess.
feet.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
definitely not one of my ilk.
Does he come mud?
Probably.
Most likely.
Or silt, you know. Who wants to lead the talking part? Because I don't.
How do we?
I
What's
can
his
do
name?
this.
General Guard Captain Porter.
As is very important.
Yeah, that's how I want to get it down.
I think it
Bitch
is.
ass, pussy ass, can't do anything without causing 1,000,000 lives in civilian ass.
Wait, wait,
Motherfucker.
wait.
Do you say that out loud? Is that
No.
what Meiyo says out loud?
No.
Okay. So,
Harry!
Guard General Commander Porter.
listen, just add a bunch of titles to it if you want to do the
No,
titles,
it's
and
very
you'll feel
important that we
better.
get it right.
Yeah, we don't want to. I think if we add more to it, he's okay with it. But I think if we don't give him the respect he wants, I think that's problem. I like to call him Lord Guard Commander because it just kind of sounds cool. But he's not
I
a
think
Lord, so maybe it's just Guard Commander.
No, commander sounds like it's way too low of a rank for him. He would
General.
definitely make himself a general, not a commander.
I'm pretty
Commander is
sure
kind of like
Commander,
and
Go
he's
ahead
like a
and give me
general.
a history check. The three of you guys who are trying to remember.
Oh God.
I have a +1. Hey,
7. We all rolled 7s? Oh my god.
yo,
Yeah,
if we're
that's
playing
probably
Final
right.
Fantasy
One of you guys are
7,
probably
yo,
right.
we kick some ass right now.
Yeah,
We'd be doing some
I'm the
critical
most
damage.
right. Maybe Keksi's the second most right, but I'm definitely the most right.
So you guys are all like, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Let's ask the big rock man. You go ahead, Meiyo.
General Commander Porter.
General Commander Porter. I like that. That sounds
Okay.
good.
Let me
But-
handle it.
I feel like right now your attitude is just not best for talking to other people.
I mean, yeah, that was kind of a dick move with the old woman that
Okay,
was going to
listen,
tell you the future.
Hey, she's gonna walk up to the
literally
door.
told me she whatever.
What did she say? A cool temper keeps your resolve? Isn't that what she said?
Cool temper when I shove my blade in General Commander Porter's rib.
So, Keksi, you approach the doorman, and he's like,
Hello.
he looks down, and
I look all the way up.
his hand comes down.
I put my hand out. Are we shaking?
Is it open palm
Good
like up?
boy.
or-
Oh,
Yeah.
Boy.
Keksi goes to like shake his hand. Is that what we're doing?
This
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
weird
you-
way
you
to
do
shake.
this.
Yeah. Wow, I
Is it
didn't
back and
realize
forth
you
or up and
really
down?
like, God.
and then she kind of gets it, and she like climbs on. Maybe.
Okay, so you climb onto his hand.
Oh no.
Then
Okay, Meiyo,
just-
you need to get up there. Here's somebody. Here's 10 gold. Just do something with it.
Can I move forward and like, whoa.
okay, so
like you
you're
might
not going
be
to
a-
interrupt that since that already happened, and you're back there throwing a hissy fit about an old
God
lady.
damn it.
But Keksi,
I'm assuming his hand is massive, right? He's like 12 foot.
12. I mean, to be fair, he's only twice as tall as you. His hand. This isn't the Iron Giant gonna like send you
See,
across
I was
the
picturing
lake.
him as like a giant like rock man, so he's got like a big hand, which is why I'm trying to climb in it.
He has a hand that's person sized, but then the rest of him is just slightly larger than.
Oh, well then
No,
no,
he's
I'm
just-
not gonna
he's-
try. Okay,
He's just a storm giant from Lord of the Rings.
okay.
His hand
Now
would
that I
probably be about the size of your torso, right?
Yeah. Okay. So now that I have a better picture, Keksi would not try to climb in his hand. I thought that he was like a giant rock man.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, 6 and 1/2 dozen the other.
We're all
Whatever.
kind of right in our own degree, so
Yeah.
Keksi will look up and
I'll
say, how much? How much?
1 platinum, please.
Wow. I
As
did not
looking-
expect that.
Looking down, you see these 2 red points of light, as it's just kind of like, meep. And then it doesn't really have like even a mouth. What the sound that comes out sounds like it's coming through a drive-through window. You know what I mean? Like when you're at the drive-through, it just sounds like 1 platinum, please. And then
It's just one platinum and gold.
10 gold.
10
10
gold.
gold. Or is there a way to send an urgent message to a patron?
unfortunately, no.
Ooh, I don't know if General Commander Porter would like that.
Then I suggest you pay 1 platinum, please.
can I be coming up the stairs at that point as she's doing the?
How
Sure.
how do we get in? What's he want?
We need to pay a platinum.
Oh,
Is it for
Or-
all of us?
yeah, for one or all? Or yeah, one or all.
1 platinum, 1 entry.
Meiyo, god damn it.
Well, maybe just one of us or 2 of us go. I mean, it's only 20 gold. I can afford it, although I
Io.
don't want to.
You guys all have
I
like
have-
6 platinum.
I have 8 because I took the extra 2 that didn't divide evenly.
Meiyo just
I
gives
pull
him a
out.
free
I
flat.
pull out. No. That's stupid. You should just go tell them what we know. And be nice. Because you could die right now. I think the lady said you will die sooner than you may think. So
Okay.
this is a pretty good lesson for you. All right. I want you to. You help me a lot. But
So, really quickly, Kaioken, let me put this out in.
It's not
Rocket,
quick. We don't have a lot of time.
Say what you want to
I
say,
need
Meiyo.
one of you two in there
I will
because I didn't
request
talk
you.
to the guy.
I will request
Okay, what
for you
guy?
to have your squabbles away from the front door, please.
Sir, I
Okay,
am
look.
so sorry. Kaioken, he likes you. I mean, he liked me too, but I don't
Yeah.
care. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Boulder, parchment, shears, shoot.
cheers.
Hold on, I don't know.
On shoot. Okay. Excuse me, Rockman. One moment. This is how we settle things. Boulder, parchment, cheers. I did paper. Oh, you
I
did
did
paper
paper
too.
They both did paper.
Boulder, parchment, cheers.
They both did
Full
scissors.
scissors. Boulder, parchment, cheers.
Keksi.
Looks like you're going in.
Tip.
Here's the
Oh
platinum.
no, you're going in.
Okay, fine. Here's the platinum. Mr. Man, Rock Man.
You put a platinum in his hand. He's like,
Yep.
thank you.
I do have 6 platinum. Nice.
So Keksi goes in.
I mean, why don't we just all go in? I don't mind going in. I got a platinum. Does Meiyo need money?
No, I got the money.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go in too. Let's just all go in. I got money.
Well, that was really fun to just do anyways.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I really enjoyed that, honestly.
We've settled it. We're all gonna go in. And I
We're
give
all
you a
gonna go
platinum.
in.
Okay, so you guys.
Meiyo just witnessed a test of fitness for no reason other than him to go, oh, I'll get enough money. I'll go in anyways. Think,
I love this.
All right.
This is
So-
the best role play.
So you guys all go in. Well, you guys all pay, and then he's like,
I'm starting.
well-
I'm starting to remember why Emiko was like, I don't like this party anymore.
yeah, that is, that's fair. But you hear just welcome to the Flagon's Horde as he just kind of.
There's not like a dress code or anything, is there?
If you have to ask, you probably don't have to be, or you probably should not be here. But
I probably shouldn't. But
it's best not to ask
important.
questions you don't want answers to.
Okay.
Welcome to the Flagon's Horde.
Thank you.
So
This
he steps to the side. He
Great.
steps to the side, and then the doors seemingly automatically just open up by themselves. Just wait, hold on. As it goes, one sec. Let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, as it just, and then you guys enter. Let's take a look at the Flagon's Horde. Whoa. That was weird. So, as you guys enter, this is what you shall see. Bip. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Um,
Ooh, everything's so fancy.
These two guards are actually not here. Oh,
Sorry.
God, okay. I
Sorry,
really
sorry.
need to turn my mic
Sorry.
off when I'm not. So. Okay, so. This, like, my pickup is clearly way more sensitive than yours. But so you guys enter, and hiya, bip, inside. Everything is just like super like dark stained red wood, incredibly ornate. The tabletops all look like they are some sort of yellowed like maple hardwood that have this inlay of intricate gold, pinstriping all the way around on the top of it. Everything is like lower light. It's very like mood lighting, very relaxed, incredibly quiet. The carpet, the runner, that's in front of this bar, looks as if it is somewhat reflective, almost to give off the look of stepping on actual gold. There are a couple of smaller chandeliers that hang that
all giving off this orange light. Same with all of these candles on every single pillar almost. There is a candle that is giving off an orangish yellowish light, very, very warm. There are a pair of barmen at the other end that look identical. And then you would notice a bursting at the seams full bar behind them. There is, I forgot to add him, but there is, for right now, just for the purposes, there is somebody playing a soft piano in the background. As you guys hear, I think this is the one. Yeah. As you guys would hear, it sounds as if every keystroke in this place is an entire accompaniment.
Stream was paused for some reason.
Oh. Weird. Oh, okay. That's why. Yeah. There it is. So
Nice.
it sounds like there's an entire accompaniment that's playing out of this one piano. And you see somebody just sort of over there playing. And for now it looks like John, but it's not. Probably. Hey, my friends. As you guys enter, there are two people sitting in the main area. One of them you guys would automatically recognize immediately. The guy over here on the side, you would recognize he was in the sea spray before you guys left. He was the older gentleman at the end of the bar that...
Black-haired one or brown-haired one?
He's a white-haired one. He was the one that was that Meiyo would remember tapping on his hip, kind of looking as if he was going to send some sort of a message to other thieves across while you guys were doing your wager and stuff. And then there's another gentleman. He's got this long, straight blonde hair that goes back. He seems to be the second dirtiest one from the guy all the way at the other side of the guy that you guys recognize. This guy seems slightly more solid and thick. He is he looks very weathered, but not weathered in a shipping sense. Not weathered as in the sea. He looks like he's just had a lot of a hard life as he's sitting there drinking. He's eating the old stereotypical turkey leg, sitting it down, but he's also very properly eating. He's using silverware. He's he's doing that whole thing. And you guys, everybody give me a perception check.
Mm, 11.
Okay. So you guys would just barely be able to hear almost imperceptible whispering as you guys enter this place, just above the voices that you guys would hear coming immediately from your back right, as there's a quartet of people that you don't recognize, and then you would just barely be able to make out Porter all the way down over here, sitting with three other people discussing something in somewhat hushed tones. He has not seen you guys.
Maybe let's not interrupt them. Let's just stand awkwardly off to the side of the bar and try and make subtle eye contact. And then approach when the recognition has...
Let's not stay too long.
Or... Go ahead.
I feel like if I stay here much longer, I'll get gout from how rich this place feels.
Well, or maybe we can have one of the bartenders or one of the servers maybe bring a note to him or ask him if it's appropriate to approach him at this time.
That is a great idea.
No. Anything that interrupts him, that even inclinates us, he is going to be mad.
That's a good point. We've heard
How?
about his temper.
Yeah, but when we're supposed to report to him...
That doesn't matter. If he's in the discussion and you go, hey, Porter, he's going to go.
No, I'm saying for not a bartender or a server to discreetly give him a note and ask if it is okay for us to approach him, not to just go up and say hi.
I think it's a good idea. It's not too intrusive. It's better than what Meiyo just walking up to his table and interrupting him.
I just imagine that he's on edge right now.
Okay, Keksi's gonna go to the bartender.
I follow suit. I can't move my token, but that's where I go with Keksi.
Damn it. Okay.
But
Of
does
course.
Keksi love the bartender?
Kaioken, save. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I can
Sorry,
move
I
now.
gotta do this. There you go. All right. Represent, baby. That represents Keksi. Pepe C. This one represents Meiyo Noigel. All right. So, like I said, there's a pair of these guys that look like twins. As you guys approach the bar, I'm just gonna drag you all over there. They both simultaneously show up next to you, and one of them is like, "Yes, welcome to the Flagon's Horde." And then the other one goes, "You don't look like you're supposed to be here. What can we do for you?"
Well, actually, we were hoping to report back to General Commander Porter, but he seems to be busy at the moment. We didn't know if maybe we could have a message delivered to him and when we can come back to speak with him because it's important.
"Ah, yes, of course," one of them says, the one on the left. "Lord Commander Porter." "No, I'm sorry. Guard Commander Porter.
That's one right
He is currently occupied. If you would like, I can pass him a message." The one on the other side goes, "Yes, it's entirely possible."
Insight?
Sure.
Just if
What are
they're
you
being
trying to insight?
truthful?
Oh, okay.
Because they sound kind of just, I don't know if it's just like the smugness or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, roll me insight.
I think they have taffy stuck in their teeth. That's why
Fuck.
they talk like
Why
that.
am I rolling like shit?
I mean, they seem like they can do it.
Okay. Do you have a piece of parchment and
I do. Here, I have
Oh.
parchment and a pen, courtesy of where we stay at the Adamantine Anvil. Look, it says Adamantine Anvil on the scribe, not Strixhaven.
So you you produce that, right? And they both kind of look down at it and they go, look at each other. Of course. It's a timeless venue. Well, perfect. What is it exactly that you would like for me to say? As the one on the right takes the pen.
I don't think Keksi's ever like actually written a formal like note to somebody. So just
Allow
Having
me,
been
the
trained-
one on the left says. Unless you wanted to do something before they interrupt.
I think Meiyo wanted to say something.
Yeah, Meiyo is gonna, with his years of being trained to be a noble in his village, Meiyo would know probably a little bit something about like writing formal declarations and stuff like that. So,
Okay, yeah. What do you write down?
okay, so it can't sound too romantic, so it can't be dearest. To the highly esteemed guys, it's
Guard Commander.
Guard
Commander
Guard
Porter.
Commander Porter.
As we're all like Guard Commander.
Yeah.
Guard Commander.
Guard Commander, right? Yeah.
Guard Commander.
I think it's Guard Commander. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just say Guard Commander Porter.
To my
Double down.
highly esteemed friend, Guard Commander Porter, I am writing on behalf of two of your compatriots who are currently sitting at the bar, awaiting audience with you. Please respond at
your convenience.
Convenience.
I'm so glad you came in. This is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Signed
All right.
with the utmost sincerity, Mainlander Meiyo Monster.
Okay,
Triple
go ahead and
M,
give me a
baby.
persuasion check.
With advantage.
Okay.
No.
Oh, fuck. I
No.
tried.
Yeah, you did.
Come on, dice. Yeah, baby. Woo!
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
roll.
Very nice.
You write it out, you fold it up, you hand it to one of them. Take your pick. You want left or right?
I'll go with the right guy.
All right. You hand it to the one on your right. And he goes, very well. Thank you. Please, would you like a drink or to have a seat?
What's your average ale.
Ale, says the one on the left. They want swill. How quaint.
I'll just take a seat. How much does that cost?
That costs 1 gold per seat.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Mayo's gonna slide.
Would you like to
3
open up a
gold from his
tab?
pouch.
No, I don't think
No.
I'll be here for very long, but I'll pay the 1 gold for a seat.
Me as well. I decided to gold.
As Keksi says, I don't think I'm gonna be here very long. Mayo under his breath goes, I don't think they're gonna be here very long either.
Well, gross, says the one as he turns and walks off. So you would see the one, you said the one on the right? So
Yeah.
the one on the right goes bip, 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 stops right here, gets shot dead. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he goes bip, 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 and then you would see him, he does a bow, hands are doing a thing, and then he passes the note. You see Porter. Porter is currently sitting with like, he's got like almost like a Cornish game hen and like a couple of like baked potatoes and like some vegetables and shit like that he's just like,
Watermelon? Does he have just a whole watermelon on the table?
no, he doesn't. But what he does, what you guys would notice is that he is the only person who's actually eating at the table. Go ahead and all 3 of you guys give me an insight check. Meiyo with advantage.
11 for me, 11 for Keksi.
I guess it doesn't matter because
23.
It's 23.
11 friends.
So
yeah, we've been like rolling the same thing all night.
Yeah.
so
Better start rolling better.
I know, we better start rolling better.
I like that Daniel's like, yeah, we're twins. And Amanda's like, no, roll better, scrub.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, pump those numbers up.
So
Okay.
you guys would notice, the 2 11s would notice, like, there's something kind of off-putting, like the other people are off-put a bit. Meiyo, you would immediately recognize the difference in status between Guard Commander Porter and the rest of them. Guard Commander Porter is happy to be here. He's eating like, he's being gross. He's being not of gentle birth, basically. Everything about him is he's being a tryhard in this particular scenario that you find him in, and you can tell that the other people around the table by him are like, they're putting up with him very easily. For
Would
now.
Meiyo recognize any of those people?
Yes.
No.
Damn.
Nobody in this building.
I tried, boys.
Nobody in this building shy
I mean, to be
of
fair, they're
the-
too rich.
Shy of the one person anybody
Then
in here would recognize.
Do we would recognize that one person?
You would recognize that one person having just seen him a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
So
So there's like an uncomfortable vibe with him eating. The guy's doing the thing. Well, maybe we should take our seats. Do we just pick them? Steward.
the bartender for you goes, actually, my name is Will, but you can pick any of the seats that you would like.
I'm sure you get this a lot, but what's your brother's name? And does it matter? You guys look the same.
His name is Bill.
Will and Bill. Billiam.
Yes,
I'll
we
call you
do.
both. All right.
Please
thank you,
don't.
Billiam. Oh, okay.
You're welcome, sir.
Hey,
He's just gonna take the closest seat.
great.
All right, so
Should
yeah,
we-
you guys can go to any one of the scattered tables that are around, and there
I
will
start
be
marking
enough
it.
chairs, even though they won't have the chairs on the
Just
actual
pretend that
map.
there's a chair here, and
Yes.
All right, there you go. So,
I will
You
sit
guys all
in the actual chair.
Yeah.
so you guys are still
Keksi
kind
and
of.
Meiyo are both doing invisible chair. Blood leaking out of both of them.
how much does this cost?
Kaioken is like, sit down in this regal chair.
How much do invisible chairs cost?
How much does it cost to pretend?
2 gold.
I don't know how much do we spend doing this. That's probably
So,
about what it costs.
In total, 30 gold just for entry, and then 3 more gold just to sit. So 33.
There
in
you
total.
go. So,
Meiyo is
It's like almost one masterworked weapon.
Meiyo is not making it obvious that he's staring at Porter, but like very clearly, if like Keksi or Kaioken were to look, like he's obviously watching this guy just shovel down plates of food.
Trying to burn a
And
hole into
acting
him
like-
with your vision.
Is the guy that we noticed from the sea spray, is he like watching us, or where's his attention seem to be?
Yeah.
His attention's actually on the piano player, but when you guys look over, he would see him look at you and just kind of raise a glass, and then continue watching the pianist.
Give him a 2
Maybe
fingers.
someone should go talk. Maybe someone should go talk to him. You want me to?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I have a friendly smile as I
By the way,
strain a smile.
he's not wearing his brown cloak this time. He still is wearing his Captain Hook garb, his pirate or his fancy sailor Commodore type outfit and all that stuff, but he's not wearing the brown cloak that was around before. So you gonna go over to him?
Yeah, I'll go over sit. I am.
Okay.
I'll ask. Is this seat taken?
Guy to the other side.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah, that guy you've never recognized or you've never seen.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was that one. Is this seat taken?
And he looks at you and goes, "It's all yours if you're ready, or if you want to sit down for it."
I will take a seat.
All right. And he'll look to you and go, "To whom do I owe the pleasure?"
My name is Keksi. I think we saw you earlier today.
Yes. Yes, you did. Hi, Keksi. My name is 0110011. Hold on, let me see here. I gotta go back to ye olde locations. Hiya.
Can you click this check mark? I have not been able to get past the no robot verification.
He looks at you and says, "My name is Admiral Harvey Oldham."
Admiral. Someone write this down. I don't have any utensils. Daniel's not there.
I got it.
Oh, Admiral.
Harvey Hold'em, right?
Oldham, like Gary Oldham.
Oh, okay. I thought he might be like Harvey, like Hold'em, like Texas
Oh,
Hold'em.
like
He's
a
like,
little
ah,
yeah.
they named the game after me, baby.
So, do you guys watch her as she goes over here and does this?
Yeah.
Well,
I can only assume that Kaioken also is going to watch.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with the dogs.
no problem.
Ah, gotcha.
I am
So-
moving.
You guys are watching her as she approaches and sits down, and they begin to have what looks like a possible friendly conversation. So, he turns to you. He's like, "Well, Keksi, pleasure to meet you."
Pleasure to meet you as well. I apologize that I didn't catch your name earlier.
It's all right. I never gave it, but the sea spray, as it were, is no more. And you see him kind of do a toast and take a sip back. It's quite a shame. Oh,
Yeah.
What brings you to these parts?
I've never been in here before. I figured maybe it'd be a good time to take a peek inside.
Well, welcome. Count yourself lucky that you have the coin, as it were, to join, as it were.
I'm actually feeling pretty light, unfortunately. This is definitely out of the normal for me.
Well, it's good to treat yourself every so often.
And how about you?
I have a standing tab here.
Oh,
I do enjoy the ruckus of the sea spray every so often, and of course I do have my gilded duties, but this is a good place to come and sit and think and plan.
may I ask possibly what you're thinking about?
Well, seems unlikely that you and I will ever cross paths in any sort of unbecoming way. But I currently have a pirate problem out on the sea, as it were.
I don't think I've never been out on the sea before.
Oh, not to sound crass, but I already assumed that.
Yeah, I stay pretty firmly planted on ground.
Probably for the better.
Definitely. Well, I definitely I appreciate the conversation. I should probably let you be, Admiral. Be careful. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or night. It's nighttime now.
Indeed it is.
9
You
o'clock.
as well. And be safe.
You too. And I will get up and go back to where Kaioken and them are.
Who's that guy? You look familiar.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
So, you guys, looking back, have noticed that the other people have cleared away from the table. And Porter is just like looking at you guys. Well, come on. Let's have it. And he's yelling this from across the bar. Please,
God.
please, come,
That's
join
fine.
us.
Walking across this carpet, does it like feel metallic or anyway, or is it just like a really shiny golden silk?
Well, it definitely doesn't feel like a Brillo pad. It feels like kind of like a medium thickness carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly soft, but looking at it like closely, it doesn't look like a fabric. It looks, for all intent and purposes, like metal.
Interesting. Kaioken's just like, as soon as he steps on it, he's looking straight down as he walks. like, wow.
Yeah. Ooh, soft.
I can still make as she gets up to go turn to where Porter is, she will make it a point to look back at Admiral. Clearly, like in all, I'm sure I've made it pretty clear. Like Keksi does not like Porter and the things that he does, but she looks back at Admiral. And kind of, it's like a side eye, you know, like looking down at the ground, like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta fucking do.
Oh yeah, and he is definitely looking at you guys, as is everybody else that is patron currently.
Definitely
As you
garnered
guys-
attention on that one.
As you're crossing the entire bar to go
It made
over.
us sit so far away.
The piano stops, everyone's just looking like, oh god.
There's actually a record scratch. So
The robot playing the piano just.
he definitely he looks at you. He sees the look, and you see him just kind of go back to his drink and watching the pianist. So you guys approach Porter. And he's like, well, it would seem as though the task force has acquired a new member. Well, hello, mainlander Meiyo, I presume.
God Captain Porter, it's finally good to meet you face to face on not the battleground.
I have not been a captain since the last captain was killed. Poor bastard.
Sorry,
You
guard
fucked it up.
commander, correct?
Of course.
So-
And as a point, you should remember these things if you are to be in the upper echelon with the rest of us.
It did slip my mind. It's been a terribly busy day, especially with your task force, me joining their retinue.
We also visibly look like garbage. Like we're all bloody and
I look like Rocky.
gross.
He's like Meiyo's trying to act as high and noble as he can while he's got bruises on his face. There's like scorch marks on his armor, like part of his clothing is just torn off, and he's just like,
And-
yes.
And he would actually be like, would seem that you are fighting the good fight. Perfect. I can
Yes.
only assume that you are here to report your findings.
That is correct. We found that the sea spray in Dockside was an area of the Brown Rags / the Hunters locations, but we had cleared them out. The main hideout that we are aware of is the Light Tower,
Yeah. The lighthouse.
the Lighthouse.
The sea spray is no more. Unfortunately.
Excellent. That is the best news. I'm glad you are taking the initiative to rid us of this scum.
We also know that your time frame or your deadline is quickly approaching. We would ask if we could have just slightly more time to get to the lighthouse and see if there's any possible way for us to resolve the issues beneath it, where the masters are.
So you are saying that you have found the location of the Masters of the Hunters,
Yes, sir.
and you would like a chance to prove yourself and take them on yourselves. Well, I would definitely never look a gift horse in the mouth. That would be wonderful. How much time more would you say you needed, as the intricacies of my plan are, well, for lack of a better term, intricate, and they take a sort of delicate timing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could look at one of the other places that we have seen sightings, and it'll be filled people that have had the same various marks upon their neck, and go there and maybe flush another one of them out for them to then head to the lighthouse and retreat. And then we'd have all of our eggs in one basket.
Well, by the way, a point of note, you guys would see that to the other side of his plate, so to his right, which would have been obscured as you guys were
Is it a
approaching.
pumpkin? Is it a pumpkin?
You do see a leather book, kind of like, like the player journal, how it has like camel skin or whatever, right? He has one of those, and there is actually a very small window just over his shoulder that's about the size of, I don't know, what the fuck is that, like a softball, right? So about that big. And
People kind of.
as you guys are talking to him, you would see a little bird just kind of flutter in, land on it, and it has a little tiny, it's almost like a finch. It has a little tiny scroll, like a little rolled up piece of paper on it with a little red sash. He just sort of looks at it, and he has these glasses that like kind of like fold in from the sides. He kind of like takes one and goes,
ACOG flip down scope.
yeah, basically. Yeah, he's like, all right. And he flips it up and turns the bird sideways at a 45. He's like, perfect.
Okay.
And he goes, well, it would seem that this evening is the best of news. As far as your timetable advancement, what is the hour? 9:30 currently?
I believe so.
Well, that would give you 2.5 hours before I commence. Is that enough time for you?
I look to Meiyo.
I like to Keksi.
As far as I've seen, God Commander Porter, it from what I've heard from the ranks of the Brown Rags, it sounds like this is a maze of pipes and labyrinths. If we could at least get maybe another 4 extra hours on top, that would be best for us. Anything past that, if you could grace us with it, would be more than generous on your part.
4 extra hours seems a little steep. Now, mind you, here is why. midnight is when the vampire scum will be active, right?
Mm.
And 4 a.m. would seem to be rather close to sun up when they would all begin to disappear back into their holes. Now, I would rather not send my men into tight spaces if I can help it. So, unfortunately, 4 hours is not quite enough of a give me that I can give you. Can you tighten that up? Say, I don't know, another hour or so? 3.5 hours would give you 1.5 hours to cross this district, the dockside district, and then that would give you, 2 whole hours to go down below and extract the masters, however you deem necessary.
Now, go ahead.
If I could at least get until 2 o'clock this morning, I am not saying I am not dictating to you where to move your troops, but I am not asking for you not to occupy dockside. I am just asking, give us a little time to prove our worth to your cause by going into the sewers. If you can give me at least 2 extra hours upon your original deadline, I am sure that we can have this job done.
Well,
I've got questions out of game whenever that's okay.
yeah, we can do that now if you want.
I thought our goal was to just let them know where the main hideout was for them to flush them out, because
Until you guys asked to get ahead, and
right until we asked for an extension.
so as to prove yourself to defeat the masters.
Right.
Well, see, I thought what we were doing is to get more time for other people to gather up troops to kind of protect civilians.
I forgot that point.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were just kind of like,
Get it.
we don't really have to like go down to the masters or whatever I
Right.
want to.
Right.
We just wanted to get like people a buffer between civilians and
I forgot that we were rallying people. So and
Yeah.
there's other people we can rally, like the Arcane Eye.
Yeah, and at
Maybe
least give them
Black
enough time to mobilize and come up with a game plan on their
Yes.
end.
Any time frame I think that he will allow, let's go for it. But
Definitely.
originally, before we had this conversation, I was like, why are we asking?
Yeah, we probably should have talked about it and refreshed because it's been
Yeah.
a little while.
Yes.
Okay.
Did anyone
I'm good.
else have any other questions? Anything that we missed? Concerns?
No, perfect. Glad we talked.
up. No, just kidding. Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
So, you see he sends that little birdie out. No more than a few seconds later, another little birdie like lands right next to him. He goes, the chips are definitely stacking in my favor. Well, and you see he kind of flips both of the little spectacles out and he goes, so, you wish to storm the lighthouse yourselves to prove your worth. I can only assume that you three, the Blind Knight, the Devil Priest, and the Pirate, I believe, were...
The Blind Knight has left the city. He had business elsewhere to deal with.
The priest also is.
Indisposed of?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, seeing as how the priest was supposed to be a staple running the community dockside house where you were all put up,
Yeah.
I would say that is an action against the city's best interest. So, unfortunately, I will have him arrested. Post haste. But, as far as the Blind Knight, I would have him arrested when he enters the city again. Tell me you're going to do one thing and then do another? Fine. But, that being said, I will allow you your 2 a.m. time.
So gracious of you. Thank you.
Would you require any extra hands to storm the lighthouse?
maybe to flush out our next point of interest near there, so they don't have a place to flood out of the lighthouse when that commences.
Have a few.
I'm
You have
referring to
more
knowledge.
places of interest.
I'm referring to knowledge that we had Nigel's circlings of places. What I'm trying to pitch to him is to clear out another one of those so they don't have somewhere to escape from to hide somewhere else, or to flush that out to hide them into the lighthouse where they're all there.
I see.
We more or less went and investigated one of their dens, if you would call it, if you would deign to call it as such, and fleshed them out from there. But it would seem that from our talkings too of people that live in Dockside, there might be a few more areas of interest to go to, which we haven't been able to explore in due time. So there might be a few more areas that could potentially be possible locations of knowledge, of hiding. But as well as, could I, if you do not mind me speaking above my position, request at least 2 men to stand outside of the lighthouse, so in case we flush any that run past us, they can execute them on the spot.
So, you would like a handful of men to wait by another spot, and then you would like 2 additional men to stand guard at the lighthouse after you enter, so as to catch any stragglers that run by. Well,
I think we only need the people to stand outside the lighthouse. I mean, I've heard that there are a few people already taking the strolls around Dockside to make sure that the people are safe from these hunters, since it's been confirmed more or less that they are a menace to society.
this is rather interesting. I'll tell you what. I can have 3 men accompany you to the lighthouse from here. And then they can stand guard there while you go in and prove yourself as you seem fit.
Right.
If that is the case, where would you like for the other people, the other guards, to wait for your arrival?
We have just made this so much harder.
Yeah.
Josh.
I wasn't the one who told them that we knew where they were.
And
We
you're the
don't-
one saying that you're the one that wants to go in
Okay.
there.
Okay, let's take a pause for a second because clearly everyone's not on the same page. We just talked about it. So, we didn't need guards to stand anywhere. We are essentially. Am I too loud? Oh, sorry. We are essentially just trying to give ourselves more time for other forces to rally their stuff together before we figure out exactly what the biggest thing that we were trying to do with this was to try to protect civilians instead of him just bulldozing through everyone. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when we were going to go into the lighthouse or if we were just going to have Porter just barrel in there, but now we've just kind of just decided that we're going in there.
Yeah.
We did
Can I
need
use
guards,
a
though.
retcon?
No.
Uh,
But
God damn it.
I will
Guardians.
tell you this. He goes, so, it would seem that, as in all of our best interest, you have the civilians' interest at heart, first and foremost, of course. Of course. And he kind of like rolls his eyes a little bit, which is an interesting thing for a hippo, right? Because the hippo's eyes are like this. And so you just see them both go, one of them has to, for them to go the same direction, you know what I mean? He goes, but here is the update from my end, so you can have as much of a choice in the decisions that you make as I would expect from the new task force leader, Mainlander Knight Meiyo. So, I have acquisitioned Salvatore from his tincture shop to produce holy water. In conjunction with the churches, of course, and he says it just like that, in conjunction with the churches, of course, to keep things as safe as possible. Splashing it on anybody who is a vampire will immediately burn them. So, when we splash this on people who are an undead scum and they burn, we will kill them. Now, unfortunately, Jeremy Jordan met his untimely demise, but where he has suffered, we have thrived. Now, all of our guards will be better armed to deal with these undead, including an increase in their armors and their arms. He goes, and here's the best part. And then you guys would see this guard come next to you, and he literally looks like he's not in like plate mail, but he's in some sort of weird amalgamation. There are plates like around his head and neck area, and a lot of his vitals seem to be extra plated and padded around. And you see just this face mask up, and Kaioken and Keksi, you guys would recognize Investigator Initiate Thompson, who was the guy that you guys had talked to initially.
Yeah.
And he's like, does like a small bow, and he goes, Guard Commander Porter. We've just received reports that Glenn Boudreaux is missing, and there is a horde abomination at his stead, dead in the entryway to his home. And Porter goes, Perfect! Wonderful news. Take his steers, outfit them with armor. If things get too hairy, we can release the bulls to drive a wedge in the defenses of any hunters that may be in our way. Thompson kind of goes, she kind of like recoils a little bit, like, Yes, Guard Commander Porter. Thank you. Anything else? Thompson, you will be accompanying these task force members with their mainlander unit leader, if you will. And you can tell he's just like making a lot of these like titles and names and shit up just as he goes along, right? And he's like, you can choose 2 others in your stead, or with you, to accompany them to the lighthouse, where they will be taking care of the head of the snake, so to speak. And you just kind of see Tom just kind of, He's like, he's like, you want, yes, Guard Commander, perfect. He goes, did I hear hesitation? It's unbecoming of Presence's progenitor. Ha! And you just kind of seem like, oh. No hesitation, sir. It's like, hit them hard, hit them fast, and it is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Remember that. And he kind of like takes his fork, and you see he's kind of like daydreaming now, and he's like, I have been playing with the idea of using this incident to rid ourselves of the Arcane Eye and the Black Veil within the city. They are on the way, after all. I believe it would be a net positive across Dockside and the rest of the city. What do you think? And he looks to you guys.
So he's just mentioned possibly recruiting Arcane Eye.
No, he wants to get rid of them. He wants them to die.
Oh.
Be eradicated.
Although they might be crazed lunatics at this point, worshipping a magic that is long dead, I think they are less of a worrisome threat at this point, something that could be possibly taken care of later down the line, in my personal opinion. But I've not had many dealings with them.
Black Veil is weird, and I don't think we should trust them.
What says you, Masenko?
I don't know enough about how to get rid of them to give an informed opinion. I'm only a week into the city, and I haven't seen them doing anything wrong besides,
Who?
being around Black Veil or Arcane Eye.
That is true. We have heard that at least from what we've heard about the Black Veil, the Black Veil, that they haven't caused any issue. If that's misinformation, then I'd happily be corrected.
Of course, but they are creepy.
They are. They
Yes,
were.
they were very creepy.
I don't like them. Blow them up.
Well, I'm gonna have Meiyo and Keksi both give me persuasion checks.
18.
Okay, 15. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But look at Meiyo over here. Yeah, motherfucking. He got a motherfucking 18.
Ooh.
I have never strayed from trusting the man on the streets, so to speak. So, it would seem that the Black Veil would be the one that you are less understanding if they were to, say, disappear out of the city. Seeing as how Meiyo says that neither of them are really a big issue, and Keksi seems to believe that the Black Veil is inagreeable, gross, and weird, and not very good.
I'll take her word over mine, just because once you hear a man ramble about magic and how it will return one day and blah 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 blah, after hearing that so many times, your trust in them goes down slightly, whereas she has a fresh perspective on it. So I would leave it to her judgment in this case. But I do think, as far as I can see from the people that live around there, they wouldn't be too horribly missed if they just suddenly dissipated.
Perfect.
Our main focus at this time, of course, would be the
Yes,
masters.
naturally, of course.
But primary
Kaioken-
targets are the hunters, but
Oh, not Kaioken. Masenko Kolta, correct? Word of the wise. Sometimes it's best to just make a choice. Taking a stagnant position often leaves everybody unhappy, but here we are.
That is true.
So, you have your 2 a.m. pushback. That also would give us plenty of time to outfit the steers and to produce more holy water and also more arms and armor. Excellent. Thompson, you take those 2 guards over there. You see that there's 2 guards over by the door, standing on either side. He's like, guard commander, you said that you wanted me to choose. He goes, well, I've changed my mind. Take those 2 guards over there and proceed. I will hold off the storming of the lighthouse, seeing as how that is the only place of interest that I was given. We will proceed at 1 a.m. It would get us to the lighthouse by 2 a.m. Well, this was a good evening.
productive meeting, sir. Really quickly, guard captain. As
Guard commander.
Guard commander Porter. As far as I'm aware, I'm in control of Investigator Johnson.
Thompson.
Correct? As I'm looking at Thompson.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the usual rank and file for mainlanders is slightly below. I will elevate you to task unit leader, mainlander Meiyo, putting you on par with him. Use his advice
I will seek his counsel when I need it. Thank
And
you.
if he is a
Proud Commander.
vampire scum, kill him.
None of them will survive this night, I promise.
See Thompson just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
And he just goes, it's a joke, Thompson. God, you have to get out more. As he like stabs a meatball, like a tennis ball sized meatball, and just cleans the whole thing. He goes, well,
Played as well.
allow
All
me
right,
to finish
let's-
my work.
Yes, we don't want to bother you any further, and we want to utilize every second that we have. Thank you so much, Guard Commander Porter.
Thank you for your time.
And I'm gonna bow because I saw people bow, so I'm gonna be like, meh, bow.
I do it too.
And then
he does like a meh, like a slightly
Yeah.
deeper head nod, and then you just see him
Turbo?
proceed to just take a whole fucking Cornish game hen and just he starts like going to town. All right, you guys about face and begin to head out. What
Johnson? God damn it,
Thompson.
Josh. Thompson? Is it Thompson or
Thompson.
Johnson?
It's Thompson,
It is Thompson.
like
okay.
a Tommy gun.
Sorry about that, Thompson.
Thompson.
He just kind of turns. He's like, "Why am I getting dragged into this?
What's your first name?
Because you did all
Eric.
that good work,
What's your-
arresting me. All
What's your
that.
first? What's your first name?
Wait, hold on a sec. What did you just say? Masenko?
So Thompson was the one that arrested me, that took me
no,
back
what did
to
you say to him?
that he's doing that the advice that I gave to pass on the word for General Porter, like this guy is doing his job, and then I try to like give him like esteem through Porter, and this is
Right.
like this is why, you know, like
This is also not that same guy.
it's not.
No.
Oh, okay, then I wouldn't have said that. if
Investigator
it's not.
initiate. No. Investigator initiate Thompson was the guy that gave you the dossier when you were at the dockside. Not the same guard that arrested you.
So they're both named the same name, right?
Nope. He lied to you now.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He lied and said that his name was Thompson, which it wasn't. So
Oh.
then you spoke for Thompson, and he was like,
And
Now I'm seeing-
Meiyo even brought it up. He
Okay.
was like, "Are you sure you're an investigator?" Or no, he was like,
Okay.
"I'm investigator Thompson." He was like, "Aren't you an investigator initiate?" He was like,
Then-
yes."
If I don't recognize him, if it's not the Thompson that I'm aware of, I wouldn't have said that. Like, no, wait,
Gotcha.
just feet in the mud, bud.
let's make our way out of here quickly.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys take off.
I don't know how much they're gonna charge me to walk across the carpet.
Let's
No.
find out.
No.
So you guys make me a perception check.
How many steps?
Everybody.
Perceptions.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
natural
not
one.
good.
12.
Wait, is this a perception check to look for the admiral?
No.
Okay, I'm clearly looking towards the admiral because I'm not
As soon
paying
as we
attention to
step
anything
on
else.
the carpet, you see Kaioken hesitate, like he's like, I'm gonna touch it. No, I shouldn't touch it. I want to touch it. That's why I'm not looking
Okay.
at anything.
Meiyo.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. I'm gonna show you these faces in succession. The rest of you guys only Meiyo would see these people. Wait, no, that's not it. It's this one. This lady. She's not wearing bone armor, but she is like a darker complexion, bald head. She does have a tattoo across her eye that kind of goes down and around and down. She's wearing these big gaudy gold earrings, and she's wearing like almost like nobility, like nice clothes, like fine silk clothes.
If I swung
This
that way,
fella, he definitely has this sort of hawkish look to him, where he's like, all of these people are sitting around here talking right now. He doesn't look so sinister as he's sitting there with his like perfectly trimmed goatee, but he is wearing like a darker tones and whatnot.
is he twirling his goatee?
Well, so you joke, but there is this very much so Kill Bill, the dude that trained her, like of the Orient Master, who is sitting there also, and he's got a stereotypically long opium pipe, or poppy pipe, if you will. This fella here, who is dressed in, he's not dressed in finery. He is dressed in sort of like a chain shirt, and he's got various like gold, like tags that hang off of it, showing something in each one. This fellow over here, who is wearing these very just like those glasses, right? Like the fucking round lens. He's sort of hunched, very, very like chubby, whatnot. And they're all of these people that you see.
The retired version of fascist Stanley.
Yeah, this fella, this is about the closest. This is about the closest thing to a like an elf that you would ever have seen. Very slender, very long, like long neck, a sort of a longer face, very sharp pointed, very protruding nose. You do see slight tips at the ears, and then this blonde hair that kind of falls over him. He appears to be very delicate in what he's doing, as he's utilizing a lot of hand gestures to discuss with these other people. And then rearing up is this other really grumpy looking dude. He's very just like this, right? He looks not scarred, but he looks like his wrinkles are very deep set in his frown lines, right? You would notice, since he's on the end, you would notice a bit of a whip around his his waist, as he's wearing it's not silk, it's not like finery, it is like leather, but it's been dyed leather, so it's very rich purples, very brilliant golds and whatnot. But all of them, as you guys are crossing, Meiyo, you're the only person to really take note of this. All of them are they all take their turns looking at you guys, and you can see them just analyzing, and then dismissing you guys as quickly as you guys pass by their vision.
Meiyo's just gonna give them a tip of the hand and 2 fingers salute.
Right. None of them respond to you.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
They drink at this bar.
Right. And then this fella right here, as you guys pass him, he just kind of goes, you'd hear him just go, and he'd give you guys a nod. Not looking at you, but as you guys kind of pass his periphery, just, And then you guys
I'll
are going to
return the gesture.
Okay. You see Thompson, as you guys are walking out, Thompson just kind of looks and he goes, "You guys, we drew the short end." You see these guards just kind of. Eye investigator, as they go to join your ranks, and then that's it. You guys leave. So that whole thing probably took about a half hour or so.
So 10 o'clock.
It's about 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah, and I sure am thirsty. Meiyo, because I'm sure we've made it outside of the thing. Outside of the place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm super duper thirsty. Can you hand me that drink that you have that we were all going to share? It's super tasty.
I pull out the green potion and hand it to her. Yeah, let's take a swig now. How far are we from the guard of the door?
Oh, the doorman?
Yeah.
I'm continuing walking. I'm not just going to stand out the door.
I mean, yeah, you guys get, 20 or 30 feet away from him or whatever.
As soon as we are 30 feet away, I'm going to turn around in front of Thompson and go, "Do you
Magic
have
is
any
real."
family?" Listen, I've only got a short time to tell you. You're about to get fucked. No. Yeah. I'm going to look at all 3 of them and then address, but when I address them, talking to Thompson, I'm going to go, "Do any of you guys have family in this city?"
Yes, we all live here. We've all lived here our entire lives. Of course we all have family in the city.
Get them ready to evacuate. From what we have heard today, things we could not tell Porter. Guard captain, guard commander, whatever Porter. There are abominations
Knight?
that will end this city.
Thompson looks at you and goes, Mainlander? Knight?
Yes.
Don't do that, please.
Guard commander Porter.
Thank you.
didn't.
You might have seen many things today. I don't want to be anywhere near you if you slip up like that. Especially when it sounds like you've got some vitriol on your tongue.
I've heard a rumor that when you mistake his name, you only get one. Everyone gets one.
Yep.
Is that like Kaioken like whispering behind Meiyo? Just.
So what do if I take a swig of that, what happens?
So,
Well, while Mayo's talking.
as you go to pop this up, you go to bring it to your lips, and Thompson goes, "Is that one of Salvatore's tinctures?"
I don't know.
The alchemist, Salvatore.
No.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No, I brought this with me from long ago lands.
Have you brought it to him? You know he'll pay you for recipes. The guy's like a wizard with alchemy.
Yeah, but I'm really thirsty right now, so I just take a swig.
Okay, go ahead and give yourself the effect of a long rest. Take a long rest. Everything that goes with it.
That is a very interesting thing, though. If we were to give it to him, he could probably make more.
Yeah, but we all need this
Yeah,
right
we
now.
do,
Yeah,
especially before tonight.
which kind of sucks, but
Oh well, maybe we could save like a little drop. Make sure you hold on to the flask. I pass it.
as she drinks,
I take the next drink.
Meiyo is going to like
Give yourself a long rest.
if Thompson will allow it, Meiyo is going to put his hands on his shoulder. And
So-
immediately the
Real quick.
heroism act.
Hold on. So these two take their swigs, and you would visibly see them. All of these like wounds and shit are just closing up, stitching up. Blood is like drying and crusting almost instantly as you see Thompson goes, "What? What? What? Whoa, 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 whoa! What is that? What is happening right now?"
It was just face paint.
Yeah.
Just wiped
No.
it off.
No. The other two guards are like, "Oh, face paint." Thompson's like, No.
Keksi's gonna approach him and get close and say,
He's gonna like try to keep a distance, like,
"It's important that you listen to me right now. I'm serious. If you want to survive and live this, you should probably just keep your mouth shut."
roll me an intimidation check.
Can I assist by shadowing behind him or behind Keksi as the mountain looms over?
Sure, do it with advantage.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna do the advantage buttons. Roll. Man, they both were 6s. Or no, they were both 9s, and I have a -2.
It's hard to look intimidating while you're drinking something.
He looks at you guys and Keksi goes, Why are you threatening me?
I am not threatening you. I'm trying to warn you that you and everyone else in the city is in danger. I'm not here to bring you harm. There are other things here that are.
So you're leaning forward and he's leaning back. And he's like, "Yeah, this definitely seems like a threat. Hey, you wanna like not do whatever it is that you're doing to me right now? This is uncomfortable. I already don't want to be here, and I was just supposed to be ferrying information, and now I'm stuck with you guys. So that's super cool. I already know I'm gonna die, right? In this,
So if I
No,
can
you're
have a
not,
moment-
Thompson. No, you're not.
right? Okay, because I'm a giant and a ram and a knight. That's cool. That's great. Thanks.
It's
Yeah, you're
Seder.
You're the odd man out. That means you will definitely live. One of us is the variable that dies first.
Reassurance. And then Meiyo, what are you doing?
Meiyo is now like originally Meiyo had like his hand reaching out, and then Keksi said that, and he was just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna put his hand down, turn like full body turn to them and to Kaioken and Keksi and go, give me one moment with the men. Let me spell out what is going to happen tonight.
Oh
And
God.
then we will see where we go. Please.
Okay.
So,
Just make
as
sure
you
you
go
get
to-
it right.
As you turn to go talk to him, Noigel. You
What?
awaken from your full, long rest.
It feels like I've slept for 2 weeks. Kind of
Yeah,
gets
those
up and
spells are
starts
draining.
doing his stretches.
Wait, did you
Alright.
say that he's like the guy, like he like shuffles out like the guy from
The Grand Meister, whatever.
the
his name was.
Grand Meister? He like kind
Yeah,
of shuffles out and he acts all old, but when he's by himself, he's like, whoa, 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 like does like limbering stuff.
Don't forget
He's
that.
Yeah,
doing one-handed
he's just-
push-ups. He's like, yeah, I fucking got this, bitch.
No, he's just doing like some stretches as he gets up, bending his knees, each knee.
Okay,
And-
you do your stretches.
Gets up in his onesie, gets dressed. He would go downstairs, resummon the skeletons that are on the floor down there.
Okay. So give yourself the long rest, then go ahead and cast those spells. Are you summoning your 6?
Yeah, so he's using a 4 spell slot to summon his 6.
Sick. So you do that. What does that look like when you summon them?
So with that, I don't know if anyone's ever watched Game of Thrones enough.
Yeah.
But at Hardhome, when the guy just kind of stands there at the side of the beach and just lifts both his hands in the air slowly. That's what my guy's whole pose is on Hero Forge.
Mhm.
And does that. He just kind of stands in the middle of the room and slowly lifts his hands. As on the bodies, you'd see this kind of purple smoke kind of rise and just enter any pore in their body, like mouth, nose, butthole, whatever. And then they just open to their blue eyes, and then if they're a skeleton, it's just kind of a blue hole that kind of recedes. As they stand up and pick up their swords and their short swords and short bows, and redon their cloaks, he would then head upstairs with the zombies that are around his bed. Fuck, is that music getting really loud for anyone else?
You can turn it down on
Yeah.
the stream.
Turn the stream down on.
Right click on it.
That's what I said before we started session. Turn it into your comfort level.
And up there, he
Don't forget your camera.
holds his hand over the bodies as he casts one of his new spells. So at this one, as he holds his hands up, the purple energy kind of comes from his hands, and they kind of forcefully bolt into the bodies, as it feels like this is a lot more energy intensive. As it warps so this one targets only 3, but as the powers just continue, like it's kind of tearing the body apart as the body becomes more slender, more not, and like kind of its back elongates and its like arms get longer as these 3 bodies turn into ghouls.
Nice.
That's cool.
As he casts, what was it called? Summon Undead.
You mean create undead?
Is it create? That's create.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. Yeah. So you create these ghouls, and so now you've got your 3 ghouls, your 6 skeletons, and do you remember where you were supposed to go?
Yes, I'm. I told them I would meet them outside of the lighthouse.
Perfect.
So so he gets those guys cloaks. As he goes downstairs, he orders the ghouls to a little hand cart, like a little wooden hand cart. As he starts leaving, as everyone kind of is, so he's kind of in the middle, while everyone's kind of fans out around him. And he starts as he slowly starts walking to the lighthouse. He starts, bring out your dead, ding 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 ding, bring out your dead.
I knew your cart was for dead people, you son of a bitch.
As he starts going through the neighborhoods. On the way there, does he get any
awesome.
people?
Give me a persuasion check. As you walk down, you say, bring out your dead, bring out your dead. It's 10 o'clock at night, and you're walking down just shouting this out. It doesn't seem like there's many dead people still around. Like there's not too many people holding their dead at this point of time.
Are there any lonesome travelers on the road?
Lonesome. Give me an investigation check. I assume that you're going to be looking for people in, I can only assume, the most...
People I can kill and put on the cart.
Yep, that's what I thought. All right, so in order to do that, you'll have to go off of the main road. Because as with all districts in this city, it never sleeps, really. So you're going to be going from the husbandry district south, right? Or do you want to go to the non-parial district? Like, are you going west or east?
Can I see the map?
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see here. As we go like these, and we go like yeah. So, if we're looking at the Kalran city map, you are currently where that circle is. Just about, actually, you're just to the side. Come on, get. All right, and you're
So
like right here.
So I'd probably want to go the way I just drew that brown line, right?
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. So you start going that direction, and you're gonna have to go off of the main road. Let me take you to the district that you go, Haya, and this is the husbandry district. So
you're probably going the opposite direction we're going.
yeah, he's going the same direction. Oh no, you guys are going this way. He's going east. So you guys are gonna end up like kind of rounding the circle, if you will.
I mean, it would make sense for him to go that way, but
right. Yeah. You'd probably be taking the main road until you got to like this whole area here to be able to find just like people by themselves that you could kill fast enough. Are you killing them yourself when you find these people?
No. The skeletons would be.
All right, roll me 1d4. You find one person that is perfect, like the perfect specimen for you to be able to kill discreetly, get away with it, and be able to stash them in your thing, like in your cart as you are going.
I'll take the one, I guess.
All right. So you've got a dead body in the back as you make your way to the south.
What a good find, Andrew.
Now tell me about this cart that you have now. Is it just an open top cart where people can just dump the body in?
Yeah, so it'd be like so in the front, it'd be 2 things so that someone could put it like on their shoulders or use their hands.
It's like a rickshaw?
Yeah, it has 2 wheels. And it's just open, and then there'd be a tarp over it for modesty because of dead bodies.
All right, perfect. So, you've got this big, like, cloths just sitting over top of it.
and you have the ghouls inside of the cart.
No, they're the ones pulling.
Okay, so you've got a team of ghouls pulling this cart while you've got the cart kind of surrounded by
Skeletons.
these 6 skeletons. All right, and then
And
you're
I'm just
kind of
walking
like
in front of the cart, which would be like in the
Perfect.
middle of the skeletons.
all right, and everybody is dressed up like the black veil minus the emblems, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way to the south. You get to the the crane like elevator basically, right? The lift. And then what is that? 6 plus 3, so that's 9, 10. Plus a cart is an extra 3, so 5 times 10, 50 silver, 53 silver.
Is the cart man alone?
This is where this is like a big stop for everybody. So
Oh,
there's-
okay. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
pay.
All right, so 53 silver, you pay for your way down. It's going to take you a little bit less than an hour to get down at this point because this crane is kind of flying tonight. And by flying, it takes you about 45 minutes or so. As you kind of, boop, you bring yourself down. All in all, it's probably right around 11:30 when you end up making your way to about a block away from the lighthouse. And then you're gonna just post up around it.
Yep.
You at some point you would be passing the Black Veil headquarters. Was there anything that you wanted to do there, by chance?
He would just kind of like, no, and like try to avoid the area, like go through as fast as
Gotcha.
possible or go around it.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so if you're looking at the map now, dockside, so over here in the top right, that's where you ended up from the what do you call it, district? The husbandry, and then you wound up down here, and then you see on that circle on the right over there is Black Veil HQ, so you kind of like do a wide circle, go through the east slums, go through the center south slums, and then you make your way down there. And then how do you post up? You just like... Is it just like you just like standing there? Is everybody just standing perfectly still, surrounding the cart, or do you do anything for like preparation or?
So by then I'd determine how many dead I got. And if I only got the one, I'd be like, well, something, I guess. I'd wait around maybe for some. So I'd be in a constant state of like trapdoor spider. Like just waiting to see if I could catch someone so I could kill them and add them until the group came.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100. Oh, fuck. All right. Go ahead and roll me a D8. All right, you find yourself with 6 more fresh corpses as just off of this dock ramp. The dock side at the nighttime, like the actual dock area, is far less busy than it is in the middle of the day. Most of the ships and crews have gotten off of the dock. They're in the bazaar, they're selling their wares, or they're at the bar, or they're bedding down whoever else is out there in dockside. And so you found yourself in the spot where not a lot of people come to the lighthouse, right? So you're catching people that are like errantly wandering and then being like, ah, shit, I guess I fucked up. And then like the big tongue comes out from the ghoul, rips them in, you guys rip them to pieces or whatever. And then you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, ah, damn it. And then they're dead. So you find yourself with 7 corpses in total.
I mean, yeah, as soon as I hit that threshold, I'd be chill.
All right. So, and then you're going to... Wait, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Let me check. That lasts for an hour. I'm gonna spend... 10 minutes animating dead for 2 skeletons.
You're going to ritual cast for 2 more skeletons?
So it's gonna take me a minute. It's not a ritual, sorry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a third level spell.
Gotcha, to raise 2 more. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
you've
then
got
I'll have, because I need
8
5.
skeletons.
I need 5 for my biggest cast.
What do you mean
So
you
I'm
need
just gonna-
5?
So
5
I have
undead?
I have an instant that raises 5, but that only
Oh, Dance
lasts an
Macabre.
hour. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
but I can just animate 2 more skeletons and still have 5. So
Okay. Then let's keep a track. You've got 6 plus what? 2, so that's 8 skeletons.
Yeah,
And
that'd
then
be
you've got 3
3
ghouls.
and
Is
that's
there
all I
okay.
have right now.
no concentration?
Nope.
That's
No.
cool.
The
So-
concentration I have is for my big one.
Yeah.
The Dance
My
Macabre.
macabre, yeah. But summon, not summon, but create and animate both aren't
Right.
concentration. But summon and dance, or summon and macabre are, so I have to pick between those 2.
Right. Okay. So you've got those, and then you're good. You're waiting, and you're like, all right, they're supposed to be here any minute now. Speaking of which, we're gonna go a little bit back in time. You guys are not at the same point in time as he is. As you guys exit, you do your thing with Thompson and whatnot, and Meiyo just turned around and is about to put hand on Thompson to say what?
If he allows it, I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and go, this city, if what we are told is true, will be gone tomorrow. Get your families evacuated. Please.
What
mainlanders are already
What
on-
is happening that's going to destroy the entire city?
Vampires are the least of our problem. The reason why we wish to go in first is because that way we can deal with stuff and soften them enough so that when Guard Commander Porter goes in, they are weak enough for him to kill. But even then, from what we have been told by the members, and for all we know, this could be lies, but on the slight chance that it is true, I want your families out of here. I want people to be safe. So I am giving you this warning now. We walked into a hellscape. If I were you, I would leave as quickly as possible. At this point, like all the like bravado that Meiyo was showing off during the conversation with Porter, completely gone. Like this is like there is dread in his
Naturally.
eye as he
Okay.
goes, I might not live past tonight. They might not live past tonight. These walls might not live past tonight. Please, I am begging you. I already have all the mainlanders getting as many people out as we can in an orderly fashion.
You're evacuating the city?
We're evacuating Dockside at least. If the
Okay,
abomination,
that's different. You realize what it's like outside, right? Have you ever been outside of the city?
I was born outside the city. I traveled here when I was young.
And
These two have been outside the city, and they've survived. Thompson, I have full belief that with you and the mainlanders leaving together, you will be able to survive. With as many people as they can bring.
Roll me persuasion at disadvantage as he goes, if you've been outside, then you know what it's like. You're asking us to risk that death versus this death. But
Does a 19 work?
if you believe that the danger inside of the city is worse than the risk that I'll be taking evacuating the city, I hope you're right.
Thompson,
And he
I
turns-
think we're stirring up some things that might create more problems for the city. At least get your loved ones out of Dockside.
I'm duty bound. If he says that the city is going to be destroyed tonight,
Oh, no, we're not going to let that happen. But for the
on the
casualties that
slight
could...
chance
I think he's being a little, dramatic. It's fine. Glug, 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 glug. It's okay. We'll be fine. Don't worry about
If I
it.
remember correctly, the mainlanders weren't going to be evacuating people. They are rallying troops to
To stand
assist
guard.
in the fight. Yeah.
Well, we need to make one or maybe two more stops. Should we head to? In this point, also before I say the thing, if I do the long rest thing, do I get to apply my level and roll hit points, or is that a morning time thing?
Good question. 'Cause I haven't done that.
I don't think that we're going to get to anything actionable tonight because it's already 11.
Okay.
So at the end of this session, you can level up. I just don't want to take the time to stop and level everybody up who gets a level
Right.
up right now.
Sure. No, that makes sense. I just figured I should ask because then I'm also picking a feat and blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah, and that's
Which I know what I'll do, but
okay.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. If you guys can get to that point, we'll take a break and then you can do your level up real quick, right? If we can get to a point where there's actionable things happening, then we can take a quick break. You can do what you got to do, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so we do have to stop by the Arcane Eye to see if they would lend a hand in this cause that we feel is necessary.
It seems
maybe the Black Veil, but I don't think we'll have enough time. What say
out
you
of
all?
character, it seems like you guys kind of like are now like talking amongst yourselves, not including the three, right?
I would be not opposed to hearing what they have to say. Like they're with us, but I'm not gonna like.
Just
"You go
remember
over there."
that he was also present as we were talking about the Arcane Eye and the
Right.
Black Veil.
With Porter saying that we should deal with them next, but maybe that would sway Porter if they help.
Regardless,
I don't know, but
as you guys are beginning this whole planning thing, right? And you guys are kind of like this. Like Thompson just he looks and he goes, Ed, Calvin, go get your families. Get out of the city. He's like, if there's a chance that this whole city is going to go, I'm not gonna assume that three strangers are going to be able to stop whatever apocalyptic event was just described to you guys. We have to
We'll
go.
have a few others with us.
Right. Okay.
and more allies. Don't give up faith. Just warn as many. Let the warning be like a plague for everyone else. Get out of
At this point,
Dockside.
Meiyo's
I
going
don't
to
live in
remove this-
Dockside.
I know, but
Meiyo
I
was
don't know
telling
if your
them.
families do.
Meiyo was telling them to flee the walls of Koran.
Yeah, that's what his persuasion check was to
Yeah,
leave the walls
That's
of Koran.
the issue.
I don't say
'Cause
that
the walls might
because
not
I was
be there
confused
tomorrow.
because he did a little. Oh well, then I didn't mean that, and I'm just trying to assist him, I guess.
So wait, did you? I must have missed where he walked back saying that the city was going to be destroyed.
No, because that's what we were informed last week.
Okay.
Last week, the brown rag, I hate calling them that, the hunter said,
He also has a
yeah,
name.
whatever else is, Zigzag said,
There you
whatever's down there, the masters, there's going to be nothing here. No
Yeah.
one's going to remember Koran. Were pretty much his exact words, if I remember correctly.
But he was also not as high up as some of the other ones. This could be just hearsay. We don't know for sure.
How big the threat is.
Exactly.
So going
I
off of
did
that,
forget that, but yeah.
so
You're-
going off
you
of
are
that, Meiyo says what he says, and then Thompson goes, I'm not going to risk my family. I've got a sick mom. I'm sorry. Good luck. I hope it doesn't be destroyed. And he's going to turn. He's going to run.
Before he leaves, can I grab his shoulder again?
Sure. No,
I grab his
stay.
shoulder.
Sit here.
No, I'm not. Get the fuck back.
We
You
only
gonna-
have a couple of hours. What are you doing?
What are you doing? No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Be safe in your travels, and know that there are other villages that will accept you out there. Might be a trek, but I know of a few. Be safe, Thompson. And then I'm gonna gently push you as I turn back towards the other two.
Are you gonna help me or just tell me
gonna
that
help?
good luck?
I know the
that's what he says
places
to you.
where
He
I'm
says-
safe. Goodbye.
Yeah.
My 50 feet of rope and my common clothes, and I'm gonna give them to him.
I
Barter
don't-
with the goblins outside, and they will let you stay in their territory for a little while. Once we are out of this city, if we survive, if I don't come out, Girdle will be there. I can promise this much. Travel to the east.
Roll me a
Travel to the
persuasion check.
west.
Oh yeah.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Put that bag back where you found it.
Oh my god.
What bag? Okay, no, I won't. The fuck?
He's like, the goblins? You want me to go live with the goblins overnight?
No. No. What the Thompson, do what you must. But know that there are villages to the west.
Yeah, maybe I'll go find a dragon and walk into its mouth. And he's like, Jesus, dude, just go. And he turns and he's gonna hightail it out. And then you see the other two guards are like, we're gonna tell Porta if he asks that you guys told us to leave, but we're gonna go get our families. And then they leave.
No, don't do that. Right.
They run past my hole.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that one person
always known that there are three
found
bodies.
earlier. That might have been his mom.
little did they know that they would later be used
So
for
you
an
have
undead
you
army.
have since lost the retinue.
Yes.
Where are you going to now?
I'm gonna look to them too and go, can I get that potion now?
I don't know. I mean, sure. Here you go. I pass it over to him.
Mayo, I
Alright,
think you
you
may
gonna
have
drink it?
just sent innocent people to their deaths, and let's keep walking.
All right. I thought we needed retinue, and then you guys said no. I'm getting mixed signals here.
You're being very strange.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're doing right now, but
I mean, that woman told you things that could be very useful literally right now. And you just don't care about it. So, I mean, maybe you don't care about magic, but you do seem to have some, magic about you.
Okay. Really quickly, let's just get this out of the way. This morning, when I went to my usual patrol of the town and make sure it's safe duty, I expected,
yes, we know
put down
you're
a little bit
upset
of
that you met
rebellion.
us.
Yep.
We get
I'm
that.
not upset. I met one of my grandmother's adventuring party members. I am quite proud of today. I could die tomorrow, and I would be proud that I saw this day happen. But I am saying, I have been pulled into this. I was pulled into a lake that I was not prepared for.
Hey,
So right
You
now,
could always walk away. You don't have to play if you don't want to.
Mayo, we didn't ask for this either.
Yeah,
We're
we definitely did.
here to
Not.
help and fix things.
yes.
So
We need to
but I
find
am
Noigel.
saying-
doing things with discretion and maybe some calm emotions would be a word to the wise. Just relax. You don't need
Give
to.
yourself a long rest.
I mean, I would
By the way-
have at least told them to maybe try and go hop on a ship that's leaving town, leaving the port,
So-
instead of telling them to go to the goblins.
No, everyone that goes in the ocean dies. Don't do that.
It's
Oh. Keksi again has never been on the ocean. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's why I've never been on the ocean.
It's 10 p.m.
We're walking and
Listen,
talking.
No, I
We're
know.
going.
It's 10 p.m. All three of you remember the next 10 p.m. you're going to gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Per the
system
instructions on the back of the bottle.
Yep.
Right.
And we're saving
Okay.
the bottle.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, bottles.
You're gonna save the bottle.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys all boom, and you feel. I mean, you feel like the first hour of work. You know what I mean? Where you're like, all right, We're awake. We're ready to go. Here we go. You feel as if like all of that shit that you just encountered with the mind flayer and all of that other shit, the shit with the Goliath and everything like that. You're like, I am pumped. Here we go. As you guys go to the Arcane Eye.
On this long rest, do I get to repick spells or?
Yeah. All of the benefits of a long rest. Go ahead and
So
choose
if
your
anyone
spells.
else wants to repick, I don't know who else has spells.
Meiyo
but-
can prepare spells, and
Okay.
also Kyle, don't forget Noigel could have prepared his other spells if he hasn't.
Nigel could have done the whole fucking thing. The only reason why I didn't play Nigel is because of a long rest. Fucking give them a free long rest. Oh, I hate this game.
Free.
sometimes.
It was not free.
Okay.
It was
definitely not free.
For one, you chose to go take a long rest
Exactly.
when the rest of them were like, "We gotta go do this," right? So that's not me. I'm letting you know, and we agreed that 10 o'clock would be when your long rest was over. Now, if you wanted to interrupt your long rest before then, we've played every hour and all of the time up to that. Only reason we haven't hand waved a bunch of time is because they wanted to do stuff while you wanted to rest.
I feel like you didn't get what I said.
What?
No.
Oh, because they got a free long rest for doing stuff?
Yeah, like my thing made sense, and it's like I'll deal with the consequences because they're gonna have to deal with the consequences, and they don't have consequences. They get a freaking long rest.
We took the risk.
I died.
Oh,
And we
look, here's
came
the
out
thing,
on
here's the
top.
thing.
died.
Just go
I
watch the
almost
session.
died, and
like, during the
Keksi-
week, and you'll see what
Never
they...
again.
Listen
Gosh,
to the
shut
last
up.
30 minutes because
Just-
if they didn't
yeah.
roll well enough to pick the right spell to the last 2 seconds of my 1 minute of being dead, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, just watch the session. You'll see exactly how easy it was for them to go do that. That's the reason why they were at 7, 17, and 14 HP out of their 80, 86, and 60 HP. It was definitely not just a free one. They wanted
We
to go
killed
get...
2
Yeah.
archmages.
What?
A Cerulacrum, I can't say that
What?
word. Prestidigitation.
Oh, simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
But regardless,
Anyways,
that's how the game goes.
not free.
Not free in the slightest bit. But
That's how the cookie crumbles.
right. So you guys are going to go to Arcane Eye?
Do you guys want to go to Arcane Eye? I think
Apparently
if we
not
can
this point.
rally more, see how Olaf is doing. I know
Yeah.
we just talked to them a little while ago, but
At least we can. I mean, they probably already know what's happening, but we just make sure that they know what's happening and maybe what their intention is.
good.
So now that we got rid of the other guards, we don't have to be so secretive. And even though we weren't really secretive in the first place, we just kind of spilled all the beans to them for the most part.
Yeah.
But whatever. On our way.
Okay, so you guys run down, you get to the Arcane Eye, you go up there, you walk up to the stairs, there's the door at the top, at the base of the tower. You guys gonna knock on the door, you're just gonna open it up and walk in.
Knock. It's a polite thing to do.
Alright.
There's no one smoking pipes out front? What
Nope.
the fuck?
As you guys knock on the door opens up.
Okay. Hello?
So walking in,
Mhm.
if you remember, is that little vestibule mudroom
Yep.
area. You guys go in, there's a yellow crystal. The crystal whom, and then the magic items on your person begin to glow.
Ooh.
So, you guys would see this like abnormally large eyeball kind of just like apparate into existence, and it just sort of looks at the rest of you guys. And you would hear from a specific point in the ceiling, "Boy, you guys have definitely upped your game. Well, welcome." And then you guys walk in. You guys are at the base. It's a hexagonal room. There's one stairwell that goes all the way up to the top to a second door. You guys would hear like faint
What is-
screaming
Oh my god. What does that sound familiar to you other two people?
Is that Olaf?
It sounds like Olaf to me.
You guys would hear something like Olaf.
Mm.
As the door opens up and the screams become infinitely louder, and you can also hear the triplicate resonation of magic in the screams itself. As he comes in and goes, "Well, I can't say I'm disappointed for the break," and he shuts the door behind him. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Is Olaf ready to come out and play?
Olaf is occupied presently. Unfortunately, I don't think he will be available tonight.
Oh
He
shit.
has to repair himself.
I am now remembering what you told me few hours ago, that he'll be maybe ready at midnight. So I am sorry for disturbing you, Grimtooth.
I did not talk to you. It was Kalen. You remember it was Kalen.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
It wasn't Cryptid. But so you don't say any of that, right?
So we haven't told Grimtooth about anything that's going on yet.
You guys haven't seen him for like a day and a half.
That's what I thought. So Grimtooth, are you aware of the events that are going to be happening here very shortly with the city?
Brown rags. They're
No.
Mass cleansing, chaos.
Oh.
the guards are going to be mass cleansing. We're trying to minimize
That's-
casualties of the bazaar and upper districts.
Sounds like good business for the Undertaker.
Yeah, we know him. He's with us now.
We're trying to
Oh,
not do very good for his business by saving people, but we will be killing people, so it's kind of like a win-win. But
Do you know anything about the Masters
The Masters of who?
of the vampires,
hunters,
Why?
hunters?
Why would I care about a bunch of bloodsuckers? But actually, to that point, and you would see this is a level of excitement that you have not yet seen on Grimtooth. He almost kind of has a smile on his face as he's like telling you, as he begins to talk to you guys. He's like, well, no, I don't know anything about them. But when Olaf came to me, we had to... The intricacies of what had to happen would make you pass out from the sheer exhaustion. But to keep it simple, his physical form began to take on some changes. So we had to stave off the effects. And all of this is happening while you're hearing this like faint screaming from behind him. And he actually does, in this instance, come down the stairs to you guys, completely forgetting, it would seem, his entire like feud with Kaioken and everything. Like you can tell that this all of a sudden is like, ooh, he's got like tinkery toy fingers going on, right? And he's like, his physical form began to take on some changes. Alchemically, we had to change him. So that did have some unforeseen side effects. Luckily, Absalon was able to assist in his unique skill set. And now, Olaf's mind simply has to rectify the changes. But there is interest. Not that I particularly care about anything that happens to the city or to you all. Of course, besides you, Keksi. Ma'am. The vampire virus that had befallen him was significantly different than the run-of-the-mill bloodsuckers that you might have in your head. There is significant amount of aberrant life, or what they call DNA, in the virus.
Mm-hmm.
It would seem that the vampires have an innate ability to flesh warp some of their victims, as well as themselves.
Yeah, I think we witnessed that in the
You did?
so what turned into a big, like, misty blood monster that was like turned into goo.
Didn't they turn guards into little like
Puddles. of goo.
Really? That is interesting. Liquefaction. I'll have to make a note of that. But I don't have enough test subjects to know for certain. But
Well, you might, if you could lend a hand. We are going to flush out the masters. If you could lend a hand.
We're definitely
Just-
going to be poking the hornet's nest.
I'm sorry. Knight, you are not blind, nor are you Deus.
Yeah.
What are you, and why are you in my tower?
I am with them.
Yeah.
That is.
Met him this morning. He's
He's.
Sure.
I understand that a fresh new face probably is not as welcome here, but I will say that he has proven to be an asset to our group, and unfortunately, Deus is no longer with us, and is
awry.
yeah, and Deus is actually
Wow. Kaioken, you've gotten 2 people killed. Man, you are batting 1,000, aren't you?
It's creeping up to that number, Grimtooth.
Boy.
Sir, if you don't wish me to be here, I can leave, or you can get me out of here.
Certainly. See yourself out. Goodbye. And he looks... No, he doesn't. He looks at the rest of you guys, and he goes, you certainly know how to pick them. And he turns back, I'm sorry. Did you need anything?
Meiyo, if you want to just wait outside real quick, we'll try to be as fast as possible.
If
Yes.
if maybe your research is exciting to you, maybe you could lend a hand in this endeavor, as far as maybe infiltrating or attacking, or however you seem.
Yeah. He waits until Meiyo closes the door, like to leave. And he goes, you want my help? Again.
Kaioken kind of like shuts his eyes and he's like, "Yes, Grimtooth.
Boy.
If you care about the city,
He doesn't, though.
I don't, I certainly do not. But I know that you do. And so, it is with great pleasure that I will not be helping you in the slightest bit. Because I
Yeah.
love to watch you suffer.
I saw that. I saw that happening.
well,
I saw that. Well,
But,
I'm sure that you can take care of yourself.
of course. Well, assuming that Olaf doesn't succumb to the mental aspects of his changes, bless you, he should be ready within the next few days, I suppose.
We don't know if. Okay, so
well, I thought he was going to help us find that ingredient that you needed.
And you
Or-
haven't left yet. And now he's, was turning into a vampire.
Yes, good point.
So,
well-
we don't know. Yeah, well, we don't know if Koran's going to be standing after this. From what we've heard about the Masters, is that the people that go down there, they don't come back sane, and if they're drawn out, then certain death and destruction will happen. But we really don't also know the credibility of the person that gave us this information. So it's just kind of like you got to go and figure it out on your own.
such is the way of life. But, let's see. Can I help you in any way? No. That sucks. I'm sorry that you have brought this upon yourself due to your own choices, I can only assume. And I hope that you, can find respite in the fact that Olaf definitely enjoyed his time with you and hopes that he can have more. If he goes insane, you will have 2 problems in the city, because he annoys me.
What if we can bring you back something to assist you in your what's the word I'm thinking of? It's really
Research.
hot. Yeah, in your research of this vampire DNA.
I'll tell you what.
and he'll pull from his robe. It looks like a gem that has been carved into a skull. And set in the eyes are 2 rubies, and the teeth look like they have gold caps all over them. And he goes, "Here, take this, and when you encounter one of sufficient power, whether you want to or not, touch it to them. And then bring me what gets trapped inside."
Keksi will take it.
Thank you.
And
I certainly hope you use it correctly.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you don't use it correctly, you'll be inside of that, and your friends will be one less friend.
Well, how am I supposed to use it? I thought you just said touch it to him.
Well, I suppose you should probably find a practitioner of magic and have them use it. Kaioken, you have certain natural magical abilities, correct?
Sounds like a trap for you. Another movie for him to trap you.
yes, I can do some things, but my connection to my primal power is diminished in my age.
Yes, as is all things.
Maybe Noigel would like this. I could use it. I don't know.
Who?
The Undertaker.
Oh, yes. Also, speaking of which, tell him the next time he wants to erect a tower out of magic, he should probably disguise it.
Okay. I'll let him know.
Well,
Well,
thank you for your time, Grim Tooth.
If we should probably get going. Meiyo's been waiting. Thank you.
good luck.
As we're going back up the stairs, I'm like looking at Keksi, like every time we've come out of here, time's been different. This could have just been very costly for us.
Maybe. I guess we won't know until we get out there. So I open the door to walk out.
So, Meiyo,
Yes, sir.
you exit. You look over at the clock. It's 11 o'clock.
Fuck!
How long are you going to wait until they come out before you go to continue your job?
30 minutes. Max.
30 minutes max.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Kaioken and Keksi. You guys out. And Meiyo's like, I swear to God, if they're not out in the next 30 minutes, it's 11 o'clock when you guys exit.
What time is it? We're not going to the Arcane. We're not going to the Black Veil. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
Can't you just
11.
mind talk to whoever the fuck?
I am a scion, so that means I have psionic abilities. It's not working.
We need to get to the lighthouse because I'm sure Noigel is going to be there soon.
Oh yeah. Well, we told him to meet us.
In front of the lighthouse.
That's right. On the way down, should we stop by one of the points of interest that he told us?
No. We need to get Noigel.
Okay. Let's go get Noigel.
Right, you guys make your way. You get to the lift. 3 people. It goes,
How much?
15 silver, please.
Hey, we're Guard Commander Porter's task force.
Yeah, here's
Doing-
a dossier. It says his name on it.
Doing rounds.
Oh, well, shit.
We're on a
Don't want to get in your way.
mission. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Hop on.
Fuck yeah.
So, no charge, you guys. It's going to take you about an hour.
You get down to the lift?
It's always been an hour.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wow.
Because
Fuck.
a massive crane that swings dozens of people and lifts, they don't want to be just whoa, whoa, whoa.
Everybody hold on!
I mean, it should be, from travel time,
That was
needs
30
to be
minutes.
generous with, if it's 12 p.m. right
Right.
now or 12 a.m.
He said it's 11,
It's 11.
and then by the time we
By the time
get
you
down
get
to the
down
bottom,
there.
it'll be 12.
It'll be just
Yeah.
about midnight. And you guys do have 2 extra hours, so.
That is good.
And then you guys are gonna cross dockside.
Yep.
Okay.
As
This time,
we're walking.
Kaioken, roll me a d100.
Okay.
And then you can do your thing.
Going in forever.
Oh. Well, in that case,
Nope.
91.
okay. So, what were you gonna say?
There's something I need to tell you too.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Let's take a quick break as Cassie has just sort of woken up. It'll
That's
take
okay.
A few minutes
I have to
get
pee.
back down.
That's good.
Go pee.
That's good.
Eat your fruits. Do what you gotta do.
If I
Descent of the lights and smoke coming off of dockside and people bustling. Kaioken, I'm assuming we're just all looking at the same scenescape. I saw something when I closed my eyes in the wizard tower when I fell.
when you died.
When I died, yes. I was in a dark cavern with other entities, and I heard voices. Some I didn't know, but some that rang out true to me. I heard some of our old companions. I heard Connor's voice. I heard the orc we met in the forest on our travels. Connor told me to go find his father, to meet him at his father. I don't know what that means, but the only voice I didn't hear was Deus. Deus is not dead. He's worse than death right now, I could assume by what we saw.
Yeah.
We need to end him and hopefully save him from his perpetual agony.
I agree.
Well, it sounds like a noble goal.
You
Let's hope
briefly
he's right.
met Deus, but he was a good man with a noble heart.
I've never met Deus before. If he is what the
You're correct.
Arcane Eye guy said, the Blind Knight, I've heard about him. Seems to fit your guys' MO.
He
But
was
So-
brash and foolhardy and full of potential.
so you think you visited the land of death?
I don't know what I saw, but
I mean,
where I was, I felt the direction that my natural being wanted to go, but there was also a tug back to the other side, to the darkness. There was a calm sensation that came over me, knowing that you two were fighting, but it didn't matter anymore. My wife, my child, it didn't matter, and it scared me. And hearing Connor made me realize what was at stake.
Well, hopefully, you won't be going back there anytime soon.
I hope not, but this is out of our league, so we are a unit. We are a team. And I can't thank both of you enough for saving me.
I kind of owed you one.
No.
And she like
you owe me-
nudges him.
You owe me nothing, Keksi. You've brought me into a familiar world when I was lost. You're my touchstone. You've helped me realize that the world isn't completely lost to me. And Meiyo, thank you for reminding me that some of the old ways are still about.
even if they are from descendants. I put a hand on his shoulder. I loved
Yeah.
your performance.
So you guys might want to like potions next time. Sure they
We-
give out first.
I do have one more potion. It's the one we found in the adamantine anvil. I believe Keksi still has one too. If I go down, there is a potion in this component pouch.
I think I gave you the one that I had. I gave you the one that I had in the.
So
When
we
you went-
we each got 3 adamantine anvil potions
Oh,
that
it's
were
3?
dusty. Yeah,
Not everybody
so
got 3. You guys got a
so-
total of 3.
total
Yeah.
of 3. So Deus had one, you have one, and I
Mhm.
have one.
I gave you mine when you went down in the wizard's
Oh,
tower.
it didn't work. Right.
No.
Yeah.
After you came back up, she gave you a health
Yeah,
potion.
I rolled
Oh.
so it was a 1d8 plus 4 or something.
So
Oh,
it was
that's
44
right, yeah.
plus 4.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's why I was at
whatever it was.
15 hit points.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So I don't have mine anymore.
Okay, so
If I go down and I can't give this to someone else, take this. It's on my person. It's right here. You'll know where it is.
Okay.
But we're in for a night and a morning.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably gonna be a pretty hectic 24 hours.
Yes.
speaking of which, Noigel, you're there standing guard. You're waiting for your groups to show up, and you hear hup, 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 followed by like the clatter of like horse hooves, and it starts to sound loud. Sounds like there's about a dozen horses that are like at a gallop's pace, slamming past, like looking to the north. You would see basically like a whole cavalry of knights in these plate mails, astride like horses that are just like war horses, fully decked out in this armor, multiple layered metal panels all over these horses as these guys are. I know you guys can't hear it, but yeah. Imagine the horse, yeah, and then you would hear a whistle like that as you see you would see Argroth just off in the distance. I mean, he's a ways away, but from your vantage point at the lighthouse, you would see Argroth about face, and you see these knights in chainmail, and they're all like weaponed up and shielded up as they, and they're on foot as they go, and he guides them past you. As something has begun to kind of formulate and move while you are here waiting. Is there anything else you wanted to do while you wait? Oh, please go ahead.
Well, he's still kind of hiding. Like he's not hunting people, but he's still hiding. Is it time? Like, does my guy know? Hey, they should be here.
You can, from your vantage point, you can still see the clock arms all the way across the city, which is note to how massive this clock is, that you can read the times on it, and you would know it's approaching midnight at this
And
point.
that's when they said they'd be here.
They said that they would meet you right around this time when things were supposed to kick off.
Well, I guess they should be here soon. I'll just stay out of whatever's going on's way.
From behind you, up by the door, you hear, "Hey, mister, what are you doing?"
I'm waiting for my party.
"Oh, what are you gonna do?"
Well, that's actually I'm not too sure. I think we're going to invade a lighthouse, and I'm going to make myself useful. I'll probably have to do most of it myself because I'm sure they're probably wanting to pass out and take a nap by now.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll have to carry it upon my shoulders as the new hero of this city.
How are you planning on getting in?
You know, I never thought about that. Usually when I get in places, I just attack whatever opening there is. I'm guessing there's a door to that lighthouse.
Do you want to look at who's talking to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So turning around because it was behind you.
These voices are a lot more coherent today than they usually are.
Yeah. You turn around. You see that there's what at first looks like a child, which you have not seen one out here yet, but you know what a child is inherently. It's a miniature human. Looking at you like it's a small, like it's a halfling with this red like Shirley Temple curls. Imagine what's her fucking face from the girl from Interview with a Vampire, but red hair. Right, wearing this like ball gown, sort of like. You want the password to get in? She's standing right by the door, which is slightly up on some rockery. Just clearly powdered makeup, so she's like got a powdered face, like these bright red of like red blush. You want?
This is so terrifying to me right now.
Oh my god! You're not a zombie.
You like what you see?
Are you a zombie? Have I summoned you?
No, I don't think so.
How do I know that you're not some earthbound spirit come to lead me astray? Are you?
If I say no... Nah, I'm not.
Okay, good. Oh, are you with my party?
Not really. I'm kind
So
of...
you could be. There's a chance you're with them.
I mean...
That's enough for me. You
Perfect.
know, those curls. You know, curls are for
You
the
like
girls.
my
They don't
hair?
lie. Well, I'm just not used to hair. You see, hair decomposes.
What's... Okay, well... do you want the password to get in?
Oh
Or
yeah,
not?
tell me that.
It's not like a word. Okay, hold on. And then she's gonna like walk down, and you see she's got this like Renaissance era umbrella, like the really round bowl umbrella. She's like twirling it, and she's like stepping down. She starts to like skip down these stairs, and she kind of like moves. She walks right through all of your undead horde.
Oh my god.
She like,
I hope it doesn't rain later.
what? Well, and you see she draws out this red piece of chalk. In her small halfling hand, it's rather large. It's probably about this big.
Dick sized.
And so she's right about. And she just sort of like draws, and you would see, it's a circle with an H that goes like the she draws H and then a circle inside of it. And then inside of that, there's like a B kind of interlaced into it. So she draws out the symbol. She's like, "You got it?"
Calm down, you're writing too fast. As he pulls out a bone quill and dips it into some ink and starts writing on a parchment.
Don't forget the B. Yep. And perfect. Okay. Make that with your hand, and then you'll be able to get in.
Do I have to use my hand, or can I use any old hand lying around?
It has to be a living hand. You have to be able to exert will.
Ah, yes. Will. I forgot things had that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Things are so much easier when you just take that away, you know?
Are you lonely?
Oh, very. Ah, you young whippersnapper. When I was your age.
She's a prostitute, if you haven't figured out.
What are we talking about? Oh, yes, my ingenious idea to make a door.
Yeah. Well, do you want company?
It doesn't. Like, what kind of company?
She just.
Well, I don't know. I figure if you're gonna go into the lighthouse, you're probably not gonna come back. Most people don't come back.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
you want
I've heard of
someone to
this.
talk to, or maybe someone to, I don't know, tell whoever survives you. Do you have anybody who's gonna live past you to like bequeath or?
Oh, no. But yes, I would rather not die. If you could, if I die, could you by chance bring me back from the beyond?
What?
Well, you see, I have this relationship. It's something adults have with this being called Tyrael.
Zariel?
Zariel, that's the one.
You mean you have a relationship with a demon lord or a devil?
See, they call it a
Or
relationship.
archdevil?
I call it out to restrain me and put me back in jail and torture me for the rest of eternity.
Oh.
You know, for escaping the jail.
Well, if you want, I can give you the name of someone who can help you.
I'm kind of on a
Free of
clock
charge.
here. Oh yeah, sure, free. I like that.
Okay. You're looking for a woman named Urellen. Why?
Named what?
Urellen. Y-R-E-L-L-Y-N. It's simple.
You're Ellen. Got it.
Yeah, something like that. She might be able to help
Say,
you out.
are you not human?
Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. I don't see many kids around.
Well, that's easy. That's just a curse.
And it is pitch dark out.
Yeah?
Yes, I am by the bad part of town. That could only mean that you're a fan. Do
Close.
you want to get into the Undertaker business, my young dear?
Actually, I wanted to know if you wanted to bypass that old pesky door. Because there's a trap behind there.
Maybe. The group I'm with, maybe could knock them down a peg or two if they relied on me more.
Yeah? You want to show them the way?
I mean, you could tell me the trap, and maybe I'll tell them, maybe I won't. It depends on how I feel.
Oh,
I did just meet them recently, you know. They could
There's
be
some-
bad chaps.
there's some undead right behind the door. They attack your mind and they tell you secrets.
What kind of secrets? Wait,
The
undead
kind that are
behind
only
the
supposed
door?
to be knowable by the non-living.
Oh, I was one of them before.
Yeah?
Yes. In fact, I don't know how long I've been dead or how long I've been alive. I don't know if I've been dead longer than I have been alive. Who knows? It's one of those
That's a good
questions I bet those
question.
undead would tell me.
Maybe. If you want to go through that.
I do love how honest the undead are.
Yeah.
Say, what is your name?
Oh, my name? Hold on.
back to this, and then to this, and then to this, and then if I go all the way down to here, you can call me Maddie. They call me Lil Maddie. You know, on account of me being a halfling.
That's a halfling. Yes. Little Maddie.
Well, okay. I'll tell you the other way to get in if you want.
Oh, sure. I feel like I've been alone for so long, and having a conversation that's lasted this long is very exciting to me.
You know, people pay a lot of good money for conversation nowadays. But don't worry, I'm not going to charge you. But if you want to know the way in, it's right here, and you would see like Raiders of the Lost Ark. She just like time lapse like melts and decomposes down into this soup that slides into a grate, like the storm drain that's at the base right behind you, or like that's at the base of this lighthouse.
He kind of just follows with his face till it goes in the drain, and he kind of goes above the drain. It starts where?
Right down here.
It starts in the drain.
Hiya, Georgie. You want penis enlargement pills?
You won't last 10 seconds playing this game.
But she
use this drain.
She does call out, just right down here, and you hear that like, here.
Good to know. Man, that's little Maddie. What a free spirit.
He's pondering to himself. We're gonna go ahead and go to the other side of Dockside as you guys are creeping ever closer.
And he's gonna, kind of hide back in the shadows from whatever those guys and horses are doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do
Do you guys want to go through the bazaar or through the slum to the south to get to the lighthouse?
Let's go to the slum. I want to see if there's any activity.
Sure.
Yeah, there might be more people that way. There might be Girdle or Argaroth might be there as well. So.
Okay, so you guys begin to make your way down to the slum. You pass the Dockside Community House as you guys go. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is going to be the path that you have to take in order to get there. Cool? I think you guys are all on this.
Yeah, I saw it.
Good for that path? All right. So, as you guys begin to make your way through there, this section of Dockside looks kind of like sparse. There's really not that many people out here. There's a few, like, you could hear like some coughing and like some like every once in a while you could hear like poor people doing what poor people do, which is basically dying in this area.
Yeah.
Slowly over time. As you guys make your way through there, it really doesn't take you guys hardly any time at all. Because there's not really carts moving. It's if it weren't for the occasional person that you see like kind of like heading to the north or whatever, you would swear this was like a ghost town. You can still hear the bazaar. You can still hear all of the hustle and bustle to the north of you guys of that area, several blocks away. But this area is like quiet. It's kind of like an industrial area outside of a big city. You know what I mean? As you guys make your way across. Once you guys get to like right about this area here, right just to the east side of the central lower slums, you would hear the passing advancement of horse trot, and you would feel the rumble of a small cavalry. But it seems to be rather far off to the north.
That's not normal. Anytime we've been down here, there hasn't been a movement like that.
Does that sound like the night?
So like the register of plate mail, or like the sounds of.
It sounds like horse trot at a heavy gallop.
Might be
But you guys
something to watch
can
out
see
for.
the lighthouse in sight.
I mean, well, Argaroth is gonna do his job, right? we are going to do.
Argaroth's never failed before, as far as I've seen. Might
He's
not
too-
have done the best job at saving people, but you can only do so much against a giant fucking hippo. So, I mean, Guard Captain Porter.
Our commander.
Commander. Argaroth is too hot to die. Right.
He's so hot right now.
So
Listen.
hot right now.
Listen,
Axe is about to be.
I gave him those eyes before,
Hot, hot,
and
hot,
he
hot.
swiftly. Where I first learned how to smite.
I don't think that you're his type, as Keksi, like,
I don't
your
think so.
hair.
But he.
I'll fight you for him.
So,
Anyways.
you guys are going to continue towards the lighthouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. When you guys arrive to the lighthouse, what is Noigel doing at this moment? Nigelicus.
Yelling down a
Noigel.
storm drain.
Nozzle Joe. Nigel.
Hey, how much
Kyle.
for a PJ?
You finally hear the musings of your party as they are describing Argaroth on their way in. What do they see when they approach?
I mean, they wouldn't really see anything unless they were like actively looking for someone hiding.
Okay, where are you hiding then? So you've got this lighthouse. There's a couple of sparse like building ruins in this area. Are you hiding in one of these building ruins at this point, or I just assumed that you were like kind of crowded around the base of the lighthouse?
It's like out of like this closest building. I kind of be like hiding around there with my legion.
Perfect. Then you would make me a stealth check real quick. Let's see. I'm just gonna use the passive of everybody. What's the passive perception? Kaioken's what, a 17 or?
18.
What's the pass? Oh, 18, and then the passive of Meiyo is what, 11, or is it 13? And then Keksi's 13. Oh, shit.
11 for me.
Yeah. Okay. So Noigel, you are completely imperceivable to them as you see them begin to pass you towards the lighthouse.
As they pass me, I just kind of start walking with them, like right behind them.
All right. Amanda's going to be doing the dog thing now. It's like a full circle thing. So,
It's okay.
the rest of you guys would begin to hear footstep, like a mob footstep behind
Yeah.
you.
And a
As,
cart.
What is it, like 14 beings are... It would sound like an army march as they're like all being directed in the same mental capacity. And all, of course, of the cart as these ghouls are...
Oh my god. Nigel? Is that you?
Oh, hello.
Oh, well, we've had an interesting time. Are you ready to commence?
I'm the most ready.
I believe so. So what we know is that we've acquired some more allies. The knights of Meiyo's sect are going to help minimize casualties, as well as a merchant who is actually an adventurer will also do that also, but it's about as much as we have. We've warned the guard commander of what we need to do, but the problem lies with, do we want to attack the stronghold ourselves or just minimize the casualties? As I'm assuming that they will retreat back to their hideout, since we know where the hideout is, which is, and it gestures towards the giant lighthouse. I don't think they're up there, but they could be under it.
I mean, it's most likely definitely under. So you I thought we were attacking this place. Sorry, I thought that was the whole goal. It seems like the new
Noigel?
goal is protecting citizens and then making them do it themselves.
Nigel, as far as I was concerned, I assumed the same thing. And apparently I am an ass for assuming it. Kaioken,
You're just an
Keksi, correct me here, but are we attacking or are we going to try and move people from dockside and then just let Porter come and do his thing?
No, we will attack. But when we attack, if there's going to be an uprise, is why we are trying to minimize the casualties from Porter's horde also enacting his plan, which we are not familiar with.
Okay, I'm just confused. Last time I talked to everyone, our goal was we get in there before Porter, clear it up ourselves so that he has no way to fuck everything up, right? I thought that's what we were doing.
I thought the same. And then I was told differently, and now I'm being told we are going in? I am utterly confused by this.
You know what? When you die, sometimes your brain just like forgets things. So be patient with me. But I thought that we were trying to minimize casualties first, and then deal with the thing. So I think we've put some people in place to help people. So now I think we are at the point where we can assume our battle formation to attack. But it is
I mean, what's done is done. I mean, there's no use crying over what's already happened. I'm sure what you've done will save lives, regardless of what we decide to do.
I'm not ashamed of crying.
Oh,
I cry all the time.
well, let's save those
All
tears
right.
until after the mission.
Crystalline tears of pure diamonds. I cry diamonds. It only happens once a year. It's like a gallstone
cry.
out of my eyeballs. It's very excruciating. Okay, Goliath anatomy aside, I believe we are about to attack the lighthouse. Keksi, are you ready?
It smells really bad in this room.
It smells like farts in this whole town and the dockside.
All right. Well,
With all the sewer gratings that just seeps out of the ground.
it seeps out all right. So,
So you all have been adventuring. I have actually been doing my homework here and thought of ingenious strategies on how to get in.
Oh, really? Tell us
Yes.
how you discovered this with your own mind.
Now come with me to this lighthouse.
all
Okay.
right. So you guys
We follow.
actually approach the lighthouse.
Now, watch and observe as he goes up to the side of the lighthouse, draws an H with a circle inside with a B interlaced,
And
then puts his hand on it.
bing, as you do that, you guys can't hear this. It keeps cutting out, but I'm doing the heavy
heard
stone door drag open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
heard
you go. There you go.
Now,
Alright.
due to my ingenious spell crafting, I have also determined that there might be licks the air, smells it. Yes, there's undead past this point. Possibly ones that would interfere with the mind. If you've been around as long as I have, you tend to pick up these things from just your senses alone. So,
That's good.
I've
You
been
should go in and deal with them.
snooping around, and I found this grate over here. See this grate? Start stomping on it. This grate also leads to the hideout.
The
How big is this crate?
Well,
Great.
this crate's
great.
like
right around like 4 feet. It's a half circle that's like sort of set into the interior, or that's set into the exterior of this, and it looks like it's just sort of a chute that goes like down. As you're looking at this, the distant sound of rolling thunder and some rain as it starts, as the storm that's been kind of approaching, is you're at the front of it now, and you would see the water spill down into said grate.
Yes, and me and Maddie both agreed that the grate was probably the better of the ideas.
Maddie. Who's Maddie?
Well, what's a Maddie with you? Let's keep going and go over the rest of the plan.
All right, continue.
That is the plan.
Well, you just opened the door. Continue.
I'll take the rear. But
I'll be second since I don't know what's behind the door.
So you want to go through the door?
Yes, you have opened it.
I am quite flexible, and I don't want to go through that grate because I'm pretty sure I would have to take off all my equipment, distort myself, and get through. And who knows what's underneath the grate?
You're right.
You could probably slide in.
Bunch of oil. We could probably just.
You guys could all probably slide
there's
in.
a door.
Easy enough.
There's a door that opened.
I'm okay with you going through the door. As he puts his hand on the knight's guard's shoulder. Yes, you shall go through the door, and you shall bring victory to us all.
Wait, you told us that there was a something that affected our minds beyond the door.
Not this guy's mind. Look at him. He looks rock solid as he kind of hits his shoulder.
You seem to want to put us in harm's way
Are you
before
picking
yourself.
on me?
Why don't you send one of your friends?
Why would I send my friend into harm's way?
Meiyo is
Obviously
going to
not, so
unsheath
send one of
his
your
halberd,
companions.
look up to the sky, and just
Yeah, I could send the companion in.
dark tidings for a dark tide. Let's move forward. We have a mission to do, and we have 2 hours,
But
if
he's
not
just
less.
so gun-ho. It's beautiful.
Meiyo's walking.
Okay. The rest of you guys are going to stand outside and wait?
I'm gonna wait for Keksi, and then before Keksi goes, I go first.
I'm going.
Nigel's saluting as he's kind of marching behind them.
Okay, so
At the rear, like you're the last one in.
I'd be the last one of you guys in, but my skeleton. So in front of me would be the ghouls, and then the skeletons behind me.
okay,
And they're
so
carrying a cart.
they can't carry the cart into the door, but
Yeah, nice try.
For now, everyone grab one.
you could have the ghouls or the skeletons.
yeah,
They
just
can all like
everyone
lift a
grab
dead
one.
body, so they're all holding these as they're
Yeah, 5
starting
of
to walk
them
in.
are.
Okay. And so you're gonna leave 2 bodies then?
The 2 I made skeletons already. Remember?
Oh, right. That's right. Out of 7 total, you made 2 more skeletons. That's right. Okay, so 5 bodies are being carried by your skelly boys, and you guys all enter in. As you enter in, it is an interesting shape. It's round on the outside, but on the inside it seems to be almost like a square and rounded. There's these 4 pillars that are roughly about like 8 to 10 feet in diameter that run the length, like the height, the entire height up. And you would see as you look up, there is this weird like rotating light from the lighthouse that kind of peeks in, that kind of like creates this rotating light on the inside where it seeps through. And you would notice it's entirely empty, except for a cluster of boxes on the other end that kind of stack up like mountainously on the other side. You can see that some of these boxes have been moved to the side, and there is a small hatch that is up with no light coming through it. By the way, it is incredibly dark in here. It's not dark, like it's not like you're not blinded, but it's definitely the darker side of dim light, with the exception of wherever the light hits whenever it spins around.
Keksi's gonna put that necklace on.
Okay.
That saber tooth
You-
one.
You put the saber-tooth necklace on. Bing. You feel oof in your chest. In the instance that you lock it on the backside, you would feel like it almost feels like a heavy push into your chest, and you kind of recoil, and your eyes would start to give you a dark vision.
Oh. Shit! I honestly had no idea what it does. I haven't asked, I haven't looked or anything.
You do get this like, how do you describe it? You do get like a kind of a feral like feeling from it as she turns to the rest of you guys, like, well, look what I did. You guys would notice that her hands have become clawed slightly.
Ooh.
And she is growing like some slight patches of skin, or growing slight patches of fur out of like her forearm, out of her shoulders. She looks slightly wolfish, like a shifter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I whisper to Kaioken, I don't know her enough to know if this is normal or not. Do I just clap and say good job?
So
I
while
mean,
you have this on you, your unarmed strike is a D4 instead of a static damage. So it's a D4 plus 5 or whatever your strength bonus is.
Okay.
And then as that's your claws,
Yeah.
and you have a dark vision out to 60 feet.
Oh, nice, because I did not have dark vision. Perfect.
So
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
innately, you can feel this sort of deep well beyond where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You understand in your core there is more to this, but you have to attune to it.
Yeah.
But these are the bonuses that you get equipping it and not attuning to it.
Okay.
Would
Do
you
we
like to
all
attune
see
to it?
like the eyes of each other, like having this like dull red reflective, like anyone that has dark vision could like see that kind of like.
What you would see is
Yes,
you
I
would
want to
see-
attune to it.
It takes a short
Okay.
rest.
as
Oh,
you
it does?
Maybe, I don't know.
So, as you turn to the rest of them, you would see that her sclera have become a very solid, opaque yellow. And her eyes went, they are still round, but they are completely dilated. And that's the reflective part that you see. So, it almost
Oh.
creates this yellow on a red.
Like owl
with a
eye,
red
kind of.
Kind of.
Well,
As
it's
she
just
turns-
dark in here, right? Like, it's just super dark.
Darkness. There's pitch
Yeah.
black.
Because I think we only see things in tones of gray right now.
Right. And so, as you guys are like, there is the occasional passive light that passes through this area in a circular fashion. As you guys look at Keksi, and you will yourself to create this deeper well and like to bring it forth, right?
Yep.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. This might be bad.
You got it.
My Wizzy is a -1s. An 11.
Okay. Keksi turns to you guys and goes, "Whoa!" Right? And then she... And you would see her bones dislocate as you see her mouth start to elongate into this snout, this sort of canine snout. As she starts to resemble, she grows into this being just all fucking raw muscle. And like these patches of fur that come across her chest, her shoulders, her belly, like her stomach stays skin toned, but she has like this whole back like area as she turns
maid.
into a lichen.
Nigel starts clapping. Oh, yes,
Keksi.
that's very cool.
Oh, shit.
That is a cool ability you have there.
I need you to make me one more wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no.
If I don't pass it, I'm going to use my inspiration. Oh, I got 18 total.
Currently, you have your wits about you.
Okay, that's good.
You can feel this pressure to attack any person near you
Uh-oh.
constantly, and you're like it's you from this point forward are going to feel incredibly angry, and you're going to be incredibly combative. As there's this bestial rage that you're fighting back, very similarly to when you barbarian rage, except this is less controlled. When you go into your barbarian rage, you're able to like calm yourself. This is going to be significantly harder. What I'm gonna do for you is I'm going to give you a character sheet that you are going to take as you lose many of the abilities that you have. But what you gain is likely going to aid.
Would you allow me to burn my inspiration to, like, benefit me during this transformation?
If you fail one, sure.
Oh, fuck, okay, fine.
You know, you don't see too many lichens outside of those blood hunter bunch.
Why did you just call me? No, I'm just kidding.
As soon as this transformation happens, I want to like do a thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and do this as you guys are seeing.
As she's like, and there maybe be a little bit similarity with the things that I've gone through, and I'm like just kind of doing like the hands up, like horse, like hey, it's okay. Hey,
Whoa,
Keksi.
Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly. Keksi.
We gotta calm down that wolf guy now.
It's okay. It's okay. This is part of it. Because Kaioken's thinking that you're like going in the same like tribal path.
Yeah.
And you've already shown that you can like shapeshift to an extent, so he's assuming that you're doing something similar.
Yeah.
Real quick, go to the thing in Discord that I just linked, and that's your stat block for right now as you transform into a loop guru.
Hold up.
Oh!
I'm sorry, I missed it.
You're a loop guru.
Guru. Oh
What is
my
that?
god. It's the best thing ever. Oh my god, it's so endearing to my heart. Oh my god.
Where is it? What is
Scroll down.
sweating
Bestiary
right now.
K through Z.
This
and
won't
then-
help.
It's K through with a loop.
Loop Guru. It's like the most badass werewolf.
If you scroll
out of all
down,
badass
I'll put a
werewolves.
picture to roll 20.
Ooh.
Yeah,
as
it's
to what you
fucking
have
become.
huge.
Nothing from this point.
I mean, just the name to me, I have references for things,
Yeah.
but
That's not the
I don't know what it is. But I see you transforming this thing, and I'm like, it's part of the path. You have to accept it and become one with the creature that you are not. If you do not, it will consume
So,
you.
Now that you have attuned to this, anytime
And then as
you-
I get closer, I want to just touch her
sorry, go
and
ahead.
then cast guidance.
which lasts for 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay,
But I'm going to
perfect.
be trying to do that as much as I can.
Oh, right. Okay, so the rest of you guys would see, if you look on Roll20, just want to show you what she turns into, but she's wearing like a tattered, the same teal sundress is sort of in like ribbons around her. The same like her armbands that she has, these sort of like gilded armbands, have stretched. You can almost like see where they went, and they're like deformed to the point underneath these like rippling dog muscles.
Shit.
The only difference between that and this picture that she has is that her horns still come out and curl off, giving her more of like a demon dog sort of look.
Do they go down?
Her horns curl like rams, so they stick out this way. So it's like one curl and then out to the back.
Okay.
That is what you see.
Fucking
As she
sick.
turns to you.
Oh my god. Yes.
Every time you take damage, you are going to make a wisdom saving throw
Oh shit, my wisdom is horrible. There's the wisdom of this?
of you.
Oh no.
And every time you fail, you are going to attack in a bloody rage the nearest creature
Yep.
to you,
I love
friend
this.
or foe.
Oh my
Now-
god.
At this point, you guys would still see this fangs dangling off of this necklace around her. So, that being that,
Meiyo is about to ignite a torch, and And he's like, I was about to hum a song, but I don't feel like that's appropriate anymore. Light a torch, and then he's going to hold it over. How far does a torchlight go down? Do I see a bottom to this well or no?
You would. You're not at a well. You're at a hatch with a ladder.
Yeah.
The ladder, the light goes down about 20 feet. Or I think it's 30 feet beyond where you're actually
Lighting
holding
bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for
20
an
then-
additional 20 feet.
Right, so 20 by 20. So looking down there, you can just barely make out the faint bottom of like a rounded or sloped walkway that has some slight water trickling in.
We're going down a slope, it looks like.
But wait, is there anything down the hallway? Like we open the door and there's just a staircase up?
There's one staircase that goes up to the top of it, and you're in the base of it that just has this stack of crates, and there is the open hatch on the other side that Meiyo is currently looking over.
Would it be dumb to look at the top first if this is their hideout?
I mean,
We could at
Zigzag
least-
said they were below.
We could turn off the light as a signal.
So ships could crash into shore.
A good point.
We should leave it alone. I doubt that any of the ones who have been beckoned back are upstairs, not below, where Zigzag said his masters lay.
Sure. Okay.
And if the abominations are as dreadful as he made it sound, I doubt they're hiding up.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yes, let's go. I'm just thinking of other options that might not be the most obvious.
Meiyo is going to start climbing down the ladder.
Okay, so you start climbing down the ladder. What's the rest of you guys doing?
When I touched Keksi with guidance, she didn't attack me. So I'm gonna like try and just like put on her shoulder. I assume she's taller than me at this point, like where she's like, or at
I mean,
least
she-
comparable to size.
I think she's just about so she's hunched. If she were to stand
Yeah.
like tall, then yeah,
Yeah,
she'd be like two
right.
heads taller than you. But she's
Yeah.
hunched, so she's kind of meeting you slightly above you, as she's.
Yeah, I can't speak in this form.
Nope.
And I'm
there's-
just gonna say, Keksi, control, just be calm. It's okay. We will get through this. This is a boon to you. This is your passage. Do not relinquish your will. You are inside there. We have this. And I cast guidance again. And I start
Okay.
heading down the ladder.
So, the two of them head down the ladder, leaving Noigel, his horde, and the loop guru Keksi.
I'm gonna look back at Noigel. Just intense eyes. And then I'm gonna turn towards the latch. And I'm gonna go down.
All right. And then Noigel, you are by yourself.
So in this room, like, I wanted like all my skeletons to kind of fan out and just start like touching everything. like, what is this? What is
Okay.
this? What is this? Like, what's going on here? Because he's like, there's supposed to be
What is
undead
this?
here.
What is this? There's snow everywhere.
Nice, I get what you're doing there.
And he starts walking along like the walls, like, not seeing anything here.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Could she have been lying to me? Could I have been lying to myself? Am I Maddie? Am I in the sewers right now? Think.
Everything that you are seeing, there's no reason why there shouldn't be any undead here, right? Briefly, before before you come to your conclusion that there's nothing here, it would strike you as odd that the hatch would just be left open.
Maybe the undead went down the hatch. they do like climbing things.
Somebody definitely has been here before you in your investigation, putting those pieces together as you're like, okay, there's definitely like someone got here ahead of you, for sure. It's possible that somebody may have tripped whatever trap there was ahead of you.
The game is afoot, as I have found this imprint of a foot.
Okay. You and your minions gonna go down?
Yep. All right, boys. On a 1 and a 2 and a protect your master and a 3.
So, you guys get down. It's about a 30-foot climb down. Okay, Meiyo, you drop. Do you have?
I'm gonna yell down as I start climbing. I have news. I'll tell you at the bottom.
Meiyo, you get down to the bottom. You don't have dark vision, but you do have your torch, right?
Mhm.
And your torch gives you 40 feet of basically 20 regular, and then you're not picking up, but 20 regular and then 20 dim. So you're okay. Gotcha. Your mic wasn't picking up, by the way.
Oh, I muted myself. Oops, sorry.
There you go. But so as you kind of do the Dark Souls tink 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 down, and then you kind of
Fucking
right.
torpedo.
In a dream, snake eater.
You sort of turn and you bring your torch. There's no real light in here. When you look down, it's completely dark beyond your torchlight. But what you do see on the ground is bodies and bodies. There's roughly about 24 dead bodies of these corpses, and shining your torch kind of like slightly lower to kind of catch them. Most of these twisted forms have fangs out, but they have these like singe burn marks left and right of them, and they seem to be crowded in this sort of like really tight half circle area.
Do I have enough room in this enclosure to pull out my halberd?
Yes, I believe you. Let me get to it real quick. The grate is, or like the sewer line that you're in, is a massive echoing hallway that is roughly about 20 foot from one side to the other. But it does have a bit of a slope here, and then there's this trickling run down.
Instead of one hand holding the torch, the other hand grabs the halberd and pulls it out. And as he does, Meiyo goes, "By the ancients, my blade will strike true. By the divine, I will smite my enemies before me. By my death, I will light the path for others." And then I'm assuming by this time, Keksi's like on the
Right.
ground.
Yeah.
It
And so-
seems like someone has come before us.
Kaioken, I think, came down first. Keksi is right behind him.
Mhm.
Nigel, did you have?
He means after you, Josh.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry. And then
No,
Nigel,
kid's just, hey, what's going on?
Nigel, were you ahead of your undead? Okay, did you send them all before you, or just the ghouls?
So it'd be the
Dexterity
ghouls.
check.
It goes
He
the
gets-
ghouls
He gets
and
pretty.
skeletons.
Gotcha. So, ultimately, what happens is, as the rest of you guys are filtering down, when Meiyo does that, kind of like produces his halberd, he's still got his torch out. You guys would all see this from about 30 feet up, this sprawl, and beyond his light, those of you with dark vision, beyond where his light goes, there is more dead bodies.
This is not what I thought it would be. These
Meiyo is going to start moving.
these appear to be vampires, correct?
As you guys are beginning talking, you would hear this like of the ghouls as they kind of spread out and around ahead, and then Nigel lowers himself down. You would hear like the hard like the clack of like bone as it.
So, as I
always
just
goes.
found, oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
don't-
Go ahead.
So as I just found out, there was traps upstairs that have been triggered, and I think that someone has been here. But
Keksi picks up one of the dead bodies and shows it to Noigel.
You mean this?
is it my birthday, you guys? He goes to one of the bodies. Is it just a normal human?
No. As far as you can tell, these would be what you would consider vampire corpses.
Ugh, these aren't human.
Roll me an Arcana check real quick. You would know innately, because of your own research, that these bodies are not the same types of bodies that you would normally have animated on your own. Just for your own, like, I assume this is what you would constantly be thinking is like, can I turn this into my thrall? This would require a slightly more powerful version of Anime Dead that you already have, or at least would have access to, I believe, to be able to turn these. But it would require some time.
Do these seem like fledgling vampires or maybe failed vampires?
Roll me a medicine check.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know all the magic that has to do with this, but don't give me a band-aid.
Is medicine intelligence or is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, fuck. Gross.
It was intelligence.
Oh.
I nailed it.
All right. Then roll me a nature check.
That's also wisdom.
Wait, no, never mind. Sorry, that's wisdom also. Never mind. You're fucked.
Nature's
I'm
intelligence.
kidding. Is it? No, it's
Really?
wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, shit.
What? That's so fucking funny. Yeah, he's right.
So-
yeah, he's right.
So,
That seems backwards, but
it does, doesn't it? So, looking these over, you're like, okay, well, I've never dissected a vampire yet. Let's see. And so your vampirism is actually kind of a natural thing anyways. It is a virus that transforms a body. Kind of does away with the soul. Don't need that. Biological function only, right? So you're looking these things over. It isn't so much the fangs and like the bloodshot eyes that you're like, okay, that's normal. But some of these things have like a hand that kind of grew out of the same wrist as another hand. They do have these abnormal deformities. A couple of like an ear that's kind of like split off. It looks like it started to do other things. One of them even has like a double set of eyes above it. And across the general like thing, these are pretty scarce, but you would say these things have mutated in some sort of a way. Something that would be less stable.
These appear to be mutated vampires. They definitely appear less stable. Look at this one. It has 5 pinkies and no other digits. It seems either we came across their trash, or maybe we came across the failed experiments #1. And I don't know if they've, passed their experiments or not, but we're definitely heading into some interesting things.
do you think they're safe to eat?
These things definitely have bad mojo pumped into them. I probably wouldn't eat them, but my boys probably would. Look at them. Look how much they drool. The ghouls.
Their tongues looks very invasive.
Are the ghouls the ones that stink really badly?
No,
No.
you're
That's a
thinking of
gas?
gas.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
Okay.
any of them will probably sting if I
Yeah,
keep them around long enough.
I mean, yeah, but okay. So, what do you guys want to do? You're here, big loop guru breathing. You can hear Keksi's like steam coming out. Meiyo's he just
So,
got done with his.
So far, so good. Am I right, guys? No,
Meiyo is going to
attacks?
begin moving forward, trying to avoid stepping on as many bodies as he can. And as he does, he goes, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the death that brings total obliteration. I must face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. When it
Does
has
he know
gone
we're
past,
sneaking? feel like he's yelling down the hallway. Some
He's
weird
not
mantra.
fucking yelling.
He's not exactly whispering, but he's talking quietly, I can only assume.
Yeah.
But also,
he's
you
not
guys are the only real
"Arcane!"
sounds besides the trickle.
Being behind him, as he's doing his thing, I do a small poke onto his back shoulder as he's monologuing. You go, Emiko, your son needs you. As I cast guidance.
Nice. Okay. So, you
Your
guys...
grandchild. Fuck, I was.
Yeah, grandkid.
Grandson.
So,
I have been promoted, father. Look upon me with grace. I am your equal now.
what is it? What is it? Is there... What does it look like? Like, does he, like, glow, wreathed in this, like, blue swirling it? Or, like how does the guidance work? Is there, like, a little, like, does it look like when Tinkerbell kisses Robin, or I mean Peter Pan?
I
and, like, there's a
don't
little,
know.
like,
I haven't
you know what
really
I mean?
thought that much about it. So
Well, come on, you've used it like 3 times.
I think it would be like this kind of like
Cherry blossoms blow in front of him or something. He's Japanese, I don't.
yeah, I don't know. I
Oh,
have
maybe
no-
like when you touch them, it's like that like soft light blue glow that just kind of like inserts itself into whomever.
Mhm,
It's like a transference.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like something like that where because it's a cantrip. It's not like this big magical spectacle.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
It's trying
this
to paint a
very
picture for the rest of these guys.
yeah.
It's like a soft, muted,
maybe like a
comforting
warm
glow.
that like
Yeah.
makes them feel better about like because I feel like guidance is just giving more of their own confidence. You know what I mean? Like magically to unlock that other potential that is
Okay.
there, but it deters. So whenever I think yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, doing that, you kind of give that to him. Currently, there is no way behind you guys. It's where it ends and it drops into grates that go further down. And then there is a walk forward. This is a 20-foot wide walkway that you can feasibly step on. Everything is covered in this sort of like gross green slime. You would see there are unlit torches on either side of like these walls about halfway up. But other than that, it's just you guys walking. What's your marching order in all of this?
I'm behind.
Front.
So he's taking point, and then you guys are walking single file line.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. What about the ensemble?
It's the 3
Yeah.
ghouls in front of me, and then me, and then the skeletons.
In a straight line?
Yeah, that's the way we're traveling. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this really long motorcade of Meiyo, Kaioken, I assume Keksi behind him, right? And then Ghoul, and then Noigel, and then 6 skeletons behind him.
Skelly.
The 8, oh, sorry, God, I keep forgetting. Carrying 5 bodies over their shoulders. All right. So, you guys make your way. Ow, fuck me. Go ahead and first make me a perception check, Meiyo. All right.
Can I use my inspiration, please?
If you want to.
I want to. Fucking kill me.
Okay.
You had guidance, maybe?
Oh yeah, add that D4. Yeah. Okay.
11 total.
Perfect. So you travel. It starts to kind of get like a slight uphill incline, and about 60 feet from where you start, give or take, there is a slightly smaller offshoot to your right, and then, well, I guess with your torch and the fact that you don't have dark vision, it's just darkness ahead of you. You've passed the bodies. The bodies go out probably about 30 feet. So 30 feet behind the last guy. No, 30 feet behind fucking Meiyo, which this is going to be so long of a snake game to go that maybe even the last, what is that? How many people we got? 14 plus 17 people, I think is what we have in total.
17
right?
feet behind, or if they're all
17?
in.
Like
5 foot
looking at it from a
squares.
game mechanic
Yeah,
standpoint,
yeah.
that's 17 times 5. Yeah. So you still have people piled up at the end, right? As you guys make your way, there is a tunnel offshoot to the right, and then darkness. Would you like to continue forward or take a right?
I'm gonna look back to Kaioken. Which way do you think?
Keksi's going to step ahead of them, and I want to see with my dark vision. I have 120 feet. If I can look down the dark end and see if I can see anything.
Right. So looking ahead. Oh yeah, you have true dark vision, don't you? That's right. Okay. So looking up ahead, you would see at almost to the edge of your vision. There's another tunnel to your left that shoots off to the left. So if this is like a main trunk line, you've got one close to you that's to the right, and one that's all the way to the left.
Okay. What's on the ground?
It's pretty much just sort of like this green mossy slime. It's not mossy per se, it's more like algae slime that kind of goes about halfway up, and then there's this slight trickling. Yeah.
With one of my claws, I'm just going to on the slime draw a line indicating straight, and then like a bend curve to the left.
I think she says go right and ignore the symbol she just drew. I'm just kidding.
To try to just convey what I see ahead, since I can't speak common right now.
I trust with Keksi. She sees something. Let's go that way, Meiyo.
Got it.
Kaioken,
Yes.
give me a perception check.
Okay.
Natural one
does
again. Second one of
does-
the night.
Does Noigel have dark vision?
Yep.
Then Keksi and Noigel, both of you guys give me another perception check. I should have
Cave
just
is
called
just
for everybody,
great.
but
Perception.
I love this cave. It's very nice.
so by the way, this sewer is it's what you would know, what you as players would know as like modern steel. This is a
Right.
giant 20-foot diameter steel tube. Yeah, I heard the ba-ding ding. That's your
How
phone.
do I
Oh,
do this?
click on wisdom. The red die above wisdom, since you don't have. Oh no, you do. Yeah.
It's a
Click,
perception.
click
right
on.
here.
Yeah. Click on that.
I clicked on this, not the thing.
The red
'Cause
dice. The red dice.
I clicked on it and it didn't.
Yeah, there it is.
So
22.
it goes out of
It only
the
goes
game.
to roll
'cause-
20.
Yeah.
So wait, so it says beyond 20 zombie plague spreader? Is that me or is that?
It's weird that it shows up as zombie plagues.
Yeah, I have no idea. So I clicked it and I thought that the 23, I thought that was Noigel's, but that first one was mine, I guess, because
That's likely a error of their encoding.
Okay.
So you
Okay,
got a
then-
23.
yeah,
and
I
Nigel
just
got a
I just
16.
didn't realize it was mine because I didn't recognize the thing.
I
Okay.
don't
Gotcha.
think we will all see the rolls because it's not her character.
Yeah, it
it's
says
her
just to
character sheet.
GM, but it's a 23.
Gotcha. All right.
Just
then in
like how
that
I do
case-
the wild shape gray render
Right.
instead of
Right,
having
right.
it be in my extras.
I see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, go to your.
What do I do?
Oh no, never mind. Okay, we're just gonna have to work around it, and that's fine. So you rolled a 23, Nigel, you rolled a 16. The two of you would see this tunnel to the right, and you would see sort of roughly hewn, scribed into it is like a skull and crossbones just to the side of it. Looks like someone had like etched into it a skull and crossbones on the side of this tunnel that peels off to the right.
Keksi's gonna notice Noigel also looking down and just stare at him because I can't.
Has anyone else seen this mark etched on the wall over here?
Must be pirates. I don't know. No, I don't know what it is.
Would also
Like
mean
again?
danger.
What'd you say, Kyle?
What does it look like?
Skull and crossbones.
I don't know. I've always had good luck around skeletons.
You should go
It could
first.
be a good thing.
Yeah, go talk him into joining our group.
You can't talk to skeletons. They can't talk back.
So are you gonna go down that one on the right?
I'll send Anthony. Anthony, go down this on the right, and then as soon as you get to a wall or to a door, or if you see or notice anything, just run straight back.
And then is Anthony a ghast or a ghoul? Or I mean
It's a
or is he
skeleton.
a ghoul or is it okay, he's a skelly boy? Okay. You would just hear right. You'd hear the teeth chatter. So I will take my right and I'll start walking down the hallway. Guys, it's dark vision. Hers is 120. Kaioken's is what, 60, and Noigel is yours
60.
30 or 60? Okay. So at the edge of your guys' dark vision, except for Keksi, you would. It doesn't immediately like register that you're looking at something until you notice the shape of the skeleton walking up, short sword in hand, and you would see eyes open, these blue piercing bright eyes, kind of like a couple of feet above the tallest point of the skeleton, as you would then see this giant skull kind of pierce through your guys' like veil of dark, and the mouth would sort of hinge open. It would, as this like bright blue, almost frost blue look, as this thing squeezes its way out of the sewer tunnel. As it,
I cast guidance on Keksi.
Yeah. I was gonna immediately, whoever's like in front of me, push them behind me.
This is your
Those
test.
of you-
It was like,
those of you with dark vision, I will show you what you see. You're muted.
This may be a creature from the one shot that we did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Damn it! Come on.
I
you
was
son of a
waiting.
bitch.
I was waiting for it.
Oh no! Where did it go? There's that and that and no, it's gone. All right, give me a second. Please stay as tense as possible.
I'm tense.
Tense signal buttholes, please. I need it. What the fuck was that?
That is
Oh
Dan.
shit! That actually startled me. I was like, what the fuck is this?
He started.
All right.
He started to scream, and then he started muting and unmuting.
As you guys would see,
I can't wait to see Kate jump in the room.
if you look
Punch.
into roll,
Yeah.
God damn
shut
it.
the fuck up!
Damn it.
I'm fucking tired of this.
Come on, why is this being a bitch? Oh no. Alright, I don't like this anymore.
Why, Duff?
Um,
You a bitch.
Okay, this is how we're doing this, huh? Okay. Sorry guys. Suck my butt. That's all I have to say about that. What was that noise? Why are noises happening? Yep. Yeah, there it is. That's what you hear. Eee. Was that a real fart? I can't see because I'm trying to do so much. All right. And
The humor of tabletop monsters, everyone.
okay, as you see this 5-armed monstrosity that fills up the entirety of the tunnel, with these huge jagged horns that come off of it. This massive head that's about the size of a body, with this like frayed white fur that trails along its back. It kind of like brushes wirily against the tops of his.
Run back to daddy.
Anthony.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need
Initiative.
combat to be rolled.
Oh shit.
Next time we play, next week.
Oh.
Ability check, so you get a 1 for your initiative, I
Yep,
believe.
keep in mind your guys' ability
Okay,
checks. Don't roll initiative right now. We'll pick it up next
Oh.
week.
Good.
Um,
Good.
That
I am-
being said,
So hyped.
I'm so scared.
finally kill this thing. That being said, we can retroactively do the leveling now, so that way you guys will be of appropriate level. Those of you who have leveled
Good.
next week.
Yeah. Cool.
I am going
I'm-
to go barbarian.
As always, executive producer Dick Wolf.